Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
On behalf of BVO Boxing TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Raycon. Don't forget to grab your Raycon Everyday Earbuds, the perfect bass model for premium sound, with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They're ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit rayconglobal.com. That's rayconglobal.com and elevate your listening experience.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing, man. I'm in the house with my man, the light skin lover, aka Dub Right Side. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Man, Sombrero, my brother Sombrero, we back in the building, man. We back for another great show. You already know what it is, my brother. How you feeling?
Hey, man, calling the black man Sombrero is crazy work, man. Crazy work. But I'll say this, man. We gotta talk about this. We seen Boots Ennis become the unified champion last night against, one of the best cab drivers in the division, Stanionis. What do you think about him beating Stanionis?
Well, first things first, man. Shout out to Boots. We got to get a man credit. I agree. Stanley on this man. The man he looked pathetic.
You got a little background noise, Dub.
Oh, my bad. I'm still watching the damn Masters, man. I've been watching the Masters all day.
Shout out to my man Rory.
But nah, man. I think Stanley on this man. The man did the best he could do. He just was he too straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? No flashes. Don't do nothing really great. But at the end of the day, Boots deserve all the credit in the world. That man put on a hell of a performance. I was impressed with everything he had going on out there, and I'm looking to see this man continue to fight the champions in the division, unify again, and look to become undisputed. Mario Barrios, Brian Norman. I want to see the smoke. Get the smoke, man. You know what I'm saying? I know Eddie Hearn, he was talking about some mandatory. I don't know which mandatory he was speaking on.
IBF.
Probably the IBF. I was going to say probably the IBF. And you know the IBF.
He's tripping, nigga.
Immediately. Oh, you ain't going to fight who? Oh, no. Don't worry. Hey, we ain't worried about your other mandatory. Our mandatory come first. So, but nah. Boots did his thing last night, man. The man did his thing. And so watching him go up and down, the body work that he put in was beautiful. The footwork, we know he had the footwork, but just the way he didn't allow himself to be cut off. Man, I thought he did a heck of a job, man. A heck of a job.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that's it. Gillisall.
Shout out to Boots on the good performance. Shout out to Grandpa Shelton said it best. Let's not make this a glaze session. I see you hanging out with them youngsters, man. You better get away from the YNs, man. They'll rob your old tail, man. You better stay away from the YNs, man. But all jokes aside, I think the thing that got me about the fight was it was just like I thought it would be. He had a great performance, but against who? We can say we won about Stanley. The man got 13 fights, man. We haven't really seen him much. Not just because he's Eastern European. Triple G was Eastern European, so I don't want that excuse. Kovalev was Eastern European. We just haven't seen it. He hasn't been active. But good performance. I give it a B. What would you say about it, man?
I gave it an A. I thought it was an A performance. I didn't think. Once again, Stanley Jones didn't do anything to make it a fight. You know what I'm saying? It was never really a competitive fight. It was trying to jab with a jab, but Boots, he was doubling, tripling the jab, switching stances, going to the body, going to the head. Like, it just was. Stanley Onda didn't make, like, he didn't do nothing to make it a fight, in my opinion. And
No.
I do think credit should go to Boots, because one of the first things you learn in boxing is what you do. You take whatever a fighter does, you take that away from him. And so, absolutely, I appreciated all of that. I appreciate everything he did in that ring.
Yeah. The one thing we got to talk about, man. Shout out to my brother Brian Norman Senior. I know he's been on a press tour. Hopefully he'll stop here soon. I sent the message out today. But what do you think about that fight? Because we've been hearing a lot of stuff about Atlanta Georgia's or Decatur Georgia's own Brian Norman Jr. fighting against the brother from Delaware, Boots Ennis. What do you think?
Shout out, hey, I like I said, man, I want to see that fight. I still got Junior, man. I think Stanley on this, man. He exposed Boots. Well, I ain't gonna say exposed. Every fighter get hit. And
like
so,
that?
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. I just don't. I don't think Stanley on his footwork, hand speed, power compares to what Junior brings to the table. And so, man, that's the real. I think that's the real number one, number two in the division right now.
Right.
Those guys fighting each other. We see Mario Barrios. This man is nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
He
what is
just came
protection?
up. Hey, witness protection. They might have moved a man. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. I know he after his draw with Ramos. Hey, and that shouldn't even been a draw. Hey, but Ramos.
No, that could have been a loss, easy.
Easily. They both knocked each other down. I'm just saying. So,
Yeah.
hey, I like the fight with Junior and Boots, man. I think that's the fight to be made at 47. And I ain't gonna lie now, because especially after the press conference last night, when Bozy and Boots said, "Nah." First off, Boots said, "Man, this man ain't no good, anyways." That's what Boots said. And then Bozy brought up, he said, "Man, they just trying to build their name off of us. They don't want to fight us." So now, with everything we done heard, hey, we gotta see the smoke, man. We gotta see this fight. I don't want to. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to hear nothing about Jin Sakasaki. I ain't trying to hear nothing about it. I want to see, man, y'all, hey, mix it up. But I do understand, because what they're gonna tell us now is, well, we gotta build the fight the right way. You remember how long they built the Earl Smith and Bud Crawford fight? What was that? 7 years that they tried to build that fight? Like, come on, man. We ain't trying to have none of that. And so I just want to see him go on and get it out the way, and let's see who the best is.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see who wins. The whole thing about fighting, what's the dude's name? Baby Dragon. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I'll say this, man. No matter how it goes, man, I think this is a fight they should happen immediately. This whole waiting for fights, man, boxing's not big enough to do that. But I'll ask you this. Going on from that, man, it's so much going on in sport. Go ahead.
Wait, hold on. I want to ask you a question. I had two more fights. Well, really one. I want to talk to you about the Raymond Ford fight. And the brother from Cleveland, Matisse. Is it Matisse? And he was being trained by the great brother Montana Love. Man, shout out to Montana Love.
He sees on.
Hey, there we go, right there.
Yeah, shout out to Kinsman.
So I wanted to ask, first off, now we seen that the brother didn't throw no punches. Raymond Ford styled on this man. I done seen Raymond Ford getting some hate right now, though. People saying he should have stopped this man, should have knocked him out. What do you think about an individual and he won on every judge scorecard? It was 100-90. He won every round. The man,
it was 190.
He was 190 on every card. The man didn't throw no punches. Respectfully, he didn't throw no punches. Raymond, and one of the other things, I don't know how true. I haven't been able to find the footage. I've been looking for this footage right here, and I didn't even think I need to just go back and pull it up on the zone. And so, but they say that at one point in time, Montana Love said, brother, you need to be windmilling out there. What was your thoughts on that fight? And what do you think about Montana Love as a trainer now?
You know, I gotta be careful because I know Montana. I don't want to run into him at the bodega and he go crazy on me. So because EC is only so big, I don't want to go get my wings from the hood gas station and run into this dude and he go crazy on me. But I think it was just a horrible performance, man. The dude came in, he looked scared to death. I don't know what Ray was doing, man. I was just shocked at Raymond Ford. Like, you got to stop a dude who don't come to fight. And I get he probably was confused, but that dude was there to get knocked out, and he supposed to knock him out. And I just think when it comes to Raymond Ford, his ego sometimes works against him because he just, as he always is, he's so arrogant. He didn't even realize, hey, this should have been a highlight reel knockout. That dude was begging, get me out of here. Like, he was begging. So I just think that Raymond Ford can learn from this and just go back to it. But I love Raymond Ford as a fighter, man. This brother is like the can man. You know, he looking for fights no matter where they at. So I don't think that Nick Ball fight took a lot out of him, and I look forward to seeing him do more as he moves up because I think Raymond Ford is the goods, man. What about you?
I agree. This was his first fight at 30. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
The IBF is vacant up there at 30. Navarrete is holding the WBO, I believe. Oshaki is holding the WBC because Lamont is the WBA. So those are the three champions up there. I agree. I like Raymond Ford. I've been seeing him and Oshaki and Foster talk crazy to each other. You know what I'm saying? On Twitter and stuff. I want to see Raymond Ford and Oshaki Foster now. What you think about that fight?
For sure. I think that'll be a good fight. And Osaki Foster, is a technician, man. I just think, and it's gonna be a little tough fight. It's gonna be a tough fight. I don't know if Raymond Ford can win that fight because I don't think Raymond Ford is a skilled enough boxer to beat a guy like Osaki Foster. Because Osaki is like, I mean, he's people, they say he's boring and stuff, which is true. But he's probably one of the best technical fighters in the game. So,
but he stopped that guy. He stopped the guy. Remember when he was, they were about to rob. They was about to rob Oshaki.
Yeah.
And he went.
He stopped him. But I'm just saying in general, Oshaki really, to me, is one of them guys who's good, but he's not exciting. I wouldn't pay my last dollar to go see him. Is all I'm saying. But as far as skill, he second to none. As far as skill.
But the other thing I worry about is Oshaki. He a bigger fighter than Raymond Ford. You know what I'm saying? Raymond Ford, I ain't gonna say he's small, but even last night we seen that he was smaller than.
Oh yeah, he's super small, bro.
Yeah. So, but I still want to see it. I definitely want to see that fight. And hey, make it happen. Put it in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Put it in Texas. I ain't got no problem with it. And I show up and show out for the fight, man. I love both of those fighters. And so, hey, I want to see them get the smoke, man. I want to see it.
For sure. Let me ask you this: when you see Raymond Ford at 130, do you think that would be a good fight for Lamont Roach?
Man, I don't think Raymond Ford. Yes, I do think it'll be a good fight for him. Yes, but I don't think Raymond Ford got anything for Lamont Roach. Not the Lamont Roach we've seen against Tank. the man. Shout out, and like I said, it ain't all about power in boxing. But Raymond Ford clearly don't have the power to stop you like that. He ain't just no knockout artist. And I think that Lamont Roach is a much more skillful fighter than this guy Matisse was last night. And so I think that'll be a very tough fight for him. But I want to see it. I ain't got no problem with that fight either. Man, these guys, I just want to see the best fighting the best. When you got somebody like Mark Matsayo, who got beat by Gary Russell with one hand up there at the top of the division as far as the rankings and stuff like that go. Nah, this man ain't the best. All these guys will watch Mark Matsayo. All of them. And so that's what I'm saying. I want to see these guys get to smoke with each other. One thing is, and we've known this in the sport of boxing, I don't mean to take it to race. I'm not trying to. But Floyd said it himself. black fighters and Hispanic fighters have run the sport. They have
Yeah.
run the sport outside of the Lomachenkos, the Triple Gs, and even when they ran into the black fighters, shit, you seen what happened? Right? You seen what happened to them? So, well, outside of Triple G ain't really ever fight no real slick back fighter like that. But all I'm saying, this is why we need to see these guys against each other. I just want to see the fights, and I would love to see. I mean, high level chess match. I want to see Oshaki and Ford. I'm not Ford, excuse me, and Lamont. I want to see them unify with each other. You understand? Somebody unify that thing. And then I think both of them will beat Navarrete. We done seen Navarrete get beat on before. So, hey, nah. And then whoever
Navarrete stinks, man. He stinks, bro. I don't know how he got a belt. He stinks, bro. He stinks, bro. He's horrible, man. I just never. Now, BVO like the Mexican fighters. This dude come in there and get beat to death, and he just hope that you beat him so bad that you get tired and he gonna come on. He is garbage, dude. He is garbage, man. I'll be watching him. He be half dead, and then he'll come back with a nice little run, knock somebody out or beat it. It'd be like, now this ain't the Mexican style I'm talking about, bro. I ain't talking about you go in here and get beat like a piece of steak, and then you come up with some lucky punch. No, I don't like that, man. He's horrible, man. But I will say this though, one fight I really want to see. I don't know if we'll ever get it. I always want to see Oshaki versus Shakur or Oshaki versus Tank. Those are two guys I want to see Oshaki fight. I really do.
I would love that. But I think Oshaki, he comfortable at 30. You know what I'm saying? So because he comfortable at 30, I ain't gonna just say move up and but if you can get either one of those fights, man, absolutely, I would love to see that.
Yeah. Shoot to my brother Major Key. Salute to my man Josh. D-Ray Live, Grandpa Shelton, D-Free. Appreciate y'all coming through. But one thing I wanted to ask you, man, because this is something that I've been really wondering. Are we gonna get that Terrence versus Canelo fight? Because I ain't heard a peep, dog. Have you?
No, I haven't heard nothing about it really. I done heard some conversations, and everybody seems to think that it's locked in. We know Canelo got to face William Skull, which I talked about this 2-3 years ago. As far as people gonna be mad when William Skull is the mandatory at the IBF, and the IBF stripped Canelo, gave the belt to William Skull, and now it's going. You know what I'm saying?
Going right back.
Canelo, right. So it was bound to happen eventually. But I don't think William Skull got nothing for now. And William Skull, he's a big guy. He's a big guy. But I don't think he got nothing for Canelo Alvarez. So I believe Canelo gets through that fight pretty easily. Even if it's a close fight, he's gonna get it on the scorecards. And so I want to see the Bud fight, but we got to see what happened. I haven't heard nothing about it. I don't know if it's made or not. And until they tell me a date, and we know if it is gonna be made. You got Mexican Independence Day and you got Cinco de Mayo, so this is gonna be on Independence Day, and so we know the dates supposedly, but I haven't heard nothing solidified. I haven't heard it yet.
And see, we keep hearing about Turkey Al-Sheikh running out of money and this, that, and the third. And to be totally honest, man, I think Eddie Hearn. I hope that this proved to him that Boots fight. You guys don't need Turkey, man. If you give us good fights that people want to see, people will come out and see it. I think at the end of the day, one thing that sucks about that's just life. But people love to take the role of least resistance. And I think too many times when you take that role, you always end up kind of putting yourself in a position you don't need to be in. If we think about it, boxing doesn't need a lot of things if they would just fight each other. The fact that we got this bickering going on with Tank fighting his contemporaries, like you're considered a hater if you want him to fight his contemporaries. Same thing with Shakur. You want him to fight his contemporaries. You a hater. I mean, let's not play like he didn't want to fight. What was the dude's name? He was fighting Joey. What was the guy's name?
Joe Cordina.
Who was that? That's what you about to fight.
Yeah, Joe Cordina. He had just got knocked out.
I mean, not only knocked out, he was snoring in the ring. That wasn't no, oh, we hit him. Dude, he was snoring. They had to put him on a stool and talk to him. So I don't know. I don't know why he thought that was a good fight. And I'm just telling you, man, boxing has an ego problem. And it's the same thing that's going on to the top we're going to get into when we get into our NBA action. But these egos are messing these professional athletes up. And I'm going to ask you this, Dub. Can you believe how many guys put their ego before the business? What do you think?
How many guys you said put their ego before the business?
Yeah, before the business of them making money.
Break that down.
When I say their ego, it's some guys who rather keep their little attitude about things to actually make money and look vulnerable and actually make money. Like, I'll give you an example. If you would hear Tank Davis or any of these guys say, hey, I want to fight, what will it take? Tell me what you need me to do to make the fight. That's what I mean when I say, like, everybody wants to be too cool for school instead of just making a deal that'll make them all a bunch of money. You know, as Tyson said, we're going to be millionaires. What happened to making a fight that we need so you can make all the money you want? Because me and you both, you know how much money I would pay this? I would pay $150 to see Devin versus Tank or Devin versus Shakur. I would pay what they want. What about you?
Yeah, now I wouldn't have a problem paying. Well, I don't know about $150. I don't know if no fight worth $150.
Well, what a good card, of course.
Exactly. Now, if it's a stat card, we're gonna show love. My thing, the way boxing fans have created this scenario now, where if you don't win, if you lose your old, you no good no more. They throw you away. Sometimes, it just worked that way. That's just how it worked. You know what I'm saying? And so, I think it goes more to the fans than anything. But at the same time, you got to understand, if y'all start doing what y'all supposed to do, then the fans are gonna come.
For sure,
the fans are gonna come
gladly.
So all I'm saying is man, if you continuously put yourself in that ring in harm's way, like you said, look vulnerable in fights. Hey, we want to see you dog it out sometime. We want to see what you got. And so I think you got to do that, man. You got to put yourself in those situations.
Shout out to my man Big Dog Willie, man, with the 2-piece, man. Much appreciation, brother. Much thanks. What do you say? Jake Paul versus Tank or Grease versus Tank? Who you got? You know, a fight like that, man. That's like when Floyd fought Big Show on WWE, man. There is no winners. It's only losers on a fight like that, man. What you think about that, Dub?
Well, first off, I got Grease versus Tank winning. We already seen the results of that. But I will say, if Tank were to fight Jake Paul, I think I don't know what's going to be in the contract, so I don't know how that works. But Tank, I would put my money on Tank 10 times. I don't give a damn what the size difference is. I'll put my money on Tank 10 times over out of 10. I don't think Jake Paul ain't got nothing for that man. Jake Paul ain't got nothing for that man.
Hey, I put like this, Dub. One thing now, me and you are bigger guys, bro. And I'll be honest, we're not beating no little bitty boxer, but if we get their hands, I like my chances. If he get his hands, I like my chances, man. I think if he can smother Tank, there's nothing Tank can do. I mean, if he smother him, I just believe that. You got to go on there a little boy, man. That's what you got to do, and you got to try to make it your best dirty fight. But
man,
honestly, go ahead.
If Tank can get to whatever weight he want to, that he feel comfortable at, the body work alone that Tank can do, the craftiness of Tank, the boxing ability, the IQ, it's gonna be way too. I watched Tommy Fury put hands on Jake Paul. Tommy Fury is trash. This man is trash. I watched him put hands on Jake Paul. Tank will break this man down. Like it wouldn't even be a close fight, man.
Hold on, you know Jake Paul from Cleveland, man. So you gotta put some respect.
This is a sick Negro.
Here we go. You out of order. You already out of order. Already, man.
Nigga from Cleveland, man. Show him some respect, man.
Hold on.
My man said,
did he not get
a man his respect?
Did this man not get hands put on him by Tommy Fury? Did Tommy Fury not put hands on that man?
Oh, he put hands and feet on him.
All right, then. Where's the lack of respect? I just told the truth. I just told the truth.
You funny, man. Hey, you know the funny thing about it, and I usually don't bring this up, but I'm gonna be fair. Tommy Fury has tried to give Jake Paul numerous amount of rematches. Jake don't want that smoke. At the end of the day, I'll tell you this: Jake is probably about 210, and at the end of the day, bro, he's not a real boxer, man. Because he's kind of small. He's not a real. He might be 5'8". He's not a big guy either. So, I mean, as we see with Richard Torres, just because you're big don't mean nothing, bro. It don't mean nothing. But
hey, real quick, hold on, real quick.
ahead.
Let me shout the audience out, man. Salute to the audience. And after we get done running through our topics, we may drop the link. So give us a second. Hey, this the Doug BVO show tonight, man. I say that respectfully. Shout out to my brother Big Dog, first off with the $2 in the super chat. Appreciate you, Big Dog. Shout out to my brother Uncle Shelton in the building, D Free in the building. My brother D Ray is in the building. Kazi is in the building. Salute to my brother Kazi.
Shout out to Kazi. That's one crazy Negro, man. I got one for Kazi.
This is a sick Negro.
For you, Kazi.
Shout out to Skills from New Orleans. Shout out to my brother Josh Sanders in the building. Shout out to Freddie. I think that's Freddie Fuckups, man. Shout out to Freddie Fuckups. Shout out to Sean T. Sean, where you been, my brother? Shout out to Sean T in the building. Shout out to Pittsburgh T in the building. Chris Trock in the building.
My God.
My sister Harlow is in the building. Shout out to Harlow. My brother Tommy from the Bronx. Shout out to TD Sports, man. Y'all go sub to TD. Did I miss anybody? I hope it. Shout out to Picasso in the building. My brother Major Keys is in the building. Shout out to Major Keys. Keys, we're gonna drop the link later after we get done running through our topics, my brother. Shout out to my brother Prize Fighter in the building. Shout out to my brother Haplo in the building. Shout out to Haplo, man. The old school, the old head, man. Shout out to Pay in Full in the building. That's my brother right there. Shout out to Pay. Shout out to William Old School in the building. Let me see.
Bayou Bandit.
Hey, shout out to him, man. Shout out to AJ64 in the building. You know what I'm saying? Much love and respect to all y'all brothers, man. Go ahead.
AJ. Shout out to my man William Old School. Always calling me the head. This dude crazy. That's nasty work. Nasty work, man.
I done been dubbed wrong side. I done been everything but a son of God. So, hey, I'm just telling you, that's how they do you.
Hey, man. The funniest one I heard, man, some crazy dude called me Benando. That's the funniest one. I'd rather say it. Don't start that, Benando.
All right.
Shout out to Crush, man. The old man gave me the funniest name ever. That man said Bernando. But, you know, just a side note, I was going to a lady. We were doing, I had met her for a presentation for some stuff for the channel. And she said, BVO, I thought you were Spanish. I was surprised a black man gave me.
Everybody think you Spanish, bro. Everybody. That's why I call you sombrero, man.
I said, this ain't no makeup. You know, they're black.
That's why I call you sombrero. What do you mean?
Hey, you said that because you a nut, man. But that's all right.
Oh, man, you out of order already, man.
Oh, man.
Hold on, I got one more question before we move forward. I got one more question. Oh man, shout out to Rich, man. Rich Martinez in the building. Salute, fam.
Rich.
I want to ask this right here. Yesterday, and I don't know which all fights you watched or whatever. I watched both cards, or I watched the Pro Box card. I also watched the DAZN card, and that was a common thing in these cards, man. And I think it ended. Boots ended it very well with the same common thing. Yeah. Body work.
For sure.
The body work has been going crazy, and we know it as boxing fans, you can't just headhunt. You know what I'm saying? You break a brother down to the body, it always lead to other things.
Yeah.
But I think we're seeing the art because I think a lot of fighters got away from body work a lot since they've been boxing, or these newer age fighters. But we're starting to see a resurgence, and I seen more people get stopped to the body this weekend than anything else.
Yeah, that's for sure. And you know, shout out to my barber. My barber said it best. He ain't got into it a young dude. We said, he going to head hunt. I'm going to the body.
Yeah, I'm going to the body, bro. Once I knock the wind out you, all that head hunting ain't doing.
But he said, yo, he going to head hunt. I'm going to the body.
Absolutely, AJ. Shout out to Big Shot. I mean, yeah, the Big Shot Shaw, man. Hey,
Oh yeah, Big Shot Shaw. He showed up and showed out because I thought he was gonna get beat to death for a second. I really
man,
did.
that man, hey, that man, he got this brother out of there. 6'8", supposed to be strong, punching, clipping. The man
Looked
didn't
like
have a
John
chance to
Coffey
throw a
when he
punch.
came in there, didn't he?
Man didn't have a chance to throw a punch, man. Man, man was out there. Next thing you know, he sleep under the ropes, trying to get
Hey,
up, legs
he was.
shaking. I said,
That's the
my
difference
God.
between getting knocked out. He was snoring. He was snoring, bro. He was snoring. Man. You got
Look,
to put him in the back of the trunk at this point when they snoring like that.
look, bro got up looking around, trying to move and stuff. They like, ho, lay down, man, lay down, lay down, lay down. Like, God.
Yo, one of my favorite movies, man, is Players Club, and I love when my man when they knocked out Dollar Bill. He sleep, he snoring. Put him in the trunk. All you got to do to some of these guys when they snoring like that, man. Go ahead and put him in the trunk, man.
Put him in the trunk, man. Get him out of there. See, look, I'm scrubbed. See, he called me scrub. So,
He call
hey,
him scrub.
it is what it is. Shout out to my brother, man. That's my brother
You
still.
tell him scrub. That brother eating crawfish all day, smoking Newports. You feeling good? You feeling good? I ain't mad at him. but speaking of that, man, you know, it's just a small debate before we go to our next topic. I want to ask you, man, who was the best trainer in boxing? Is it the great Eddie Reynoso, you know, or would you say it was Bomac? Who would you say?
I would give it to Bomac. I think
I would agree.
I think Bomac, man. I watched Bomac when what's the brother name over what's his name? Eubanks.
Yeah.
Eubanks went out there and got his ass. He got knocked out by what's the brother name? The from overseas, you know, the Liams and
Liam Smith, the
there we
Smiths,
go. Yeah.
Caleb Smith and all that.
And the crazy thing is he went over there and started dealing with Bomac. The next fight, what happened? He came out and put that man to sleep. I'm just saying.
What Bomac say? Turn that punch over. Give him a nice rib shot. Let him feel that rib
Let him
shot.
feel it. Let him feel it. Hey man, shout out to my brother the scholar in the building.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Scholar, man. My man out on bail. Texas dreaming. That boy like Park. That brother out on bail, man. The baby oil carrier right there. Shout out to my brother, man.
Hey, so I would have to. I mean, Bomac, what he doing with Keyshawn and his brothers right now, crazy work. What he got going, especially with Bud, we already know what Bud doing out there. Mm-hmm. They got a bunch of young guys come. We got what's the brother name that's fighting at 68, I believe. He coming up. Man, they got a lot of fighters.
Stone Cold.
Yeah, they got a lot of fighters over there. And so, man, yeah. But now I ain't trying to take nothing from Eddie Reynoso. I think the one thing with Eddie, he done really tapped in, and Canelo is what it is. It's almost Canelo or nothing over there with them, man. Because and I'm not saying he not a good.
But don't forget about Oscar Valdez.
Yeah, Oscar Valdez got beat by Navarrete, got beat by Shakur. Like, okay.
I mean, he got beat by the Puerto Rican dude. Ain't no shame in that.
I ain't saying it's a shame. I'm not saying it's a shame. I'm just saying Oscar Valdez ain't all he cut up to be. Man popped dirty. And anyways, I don't even want to.
Here you go. Okay, now the man popped dirty. Man drinking some tea. Now he even popped dirty. Okay.
He did.
Hold on. You heard Shaq say he ate a bagel, a poppy seed bagel, and they popped him dirty. So
who said that?
Same thing. Shaq said that.
Shaq?
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal.
I never heard Shaq say it, but maybe he did. I don't know.
But go ahead. I ask you this, man. Since you throwing what you always do, man. You throwing darts at brothers, man. What do you think about seeing?
Who did I throw a dart at?
What do you think about seeing that fight, Canelo versus Buntry? What you think of how that fight go? Buntry versus Canelo.
But who?
You know, I call Bud Buntry.
Buntry, amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. I ain't gonna lie. I got Canelo winning the fight, man. I'm gonna just be straight up with you. I done seen Bud in his last few years. The man don't move like he used to. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem But if you ain't hurting, what was the brother name? Madrimov. If you ain't hurting him, and that's at 54. We watch Charlo, and I'm not trying to use the triangle theory. I ain't trying to use none of that. All I'm saying is we watched the triangle theory. Or I said we watched triangle theory. We watched Charlo move up when he was knocking everything out at 54, knocking everything out.
Yeah.
Move up to 68, and what he did?
Nothing.
Ran, took a knee. I think Bud got more dog in him than that. You understand? I think he got way too much
You
dog.
sure about that?
Absolutely, man. If you hit Bud want his lick back. I always say that's one of the things I don't like about Bud is, hey, if you get a good lick on him, now he want it back. He liked to fight. And
well, only reason I say that because we see and you know Jamel's my favorite. That boy Canelo beat a bucket of extra crispy and grape soda out of him, man. It was grape soda everywhere, dog. It was pretty rough. It was pretty rough, man. So I don't know, man. It was chicken everywhere, man. So I don't know about him fighting. Canelo like to beat what that dude selling in Murder Titan. I got a couple of guys like to chuck out of folks. He like to chuck out of people, man. So I don't know about messing with Canelo at that weight. What about you, man?
I don't know nothing about that, but all I'm saying is when it come down to that fight, I think Bud is the better boxer. I think he has far better skills. At the same time, his weight classes for a reason. And now, if Bud was to move up and get acclimated accordingly, that would be one thing. Yeah. But that man fought Madrimov, couldn't get Madrimov out of there. I watched Virgil beat the
dog hit out of him, man.
Put hands and feet on that man. And so all I'm saying is I just don't like the whole skipping 60 or one fight at 35, skips and then straight to 68, no tune-ups, inactive already for a year. I just don't like none of that. I don't like it. And so I'm rooting for Bud. I'm rooting for him. But
shout out to my man, Big Dog Willie, man, again with the 5-piece, man. Much love, much appreciation, man. He said, one more ignorant question. Tank versus Grease up. Jake Paul, who y'all got? Hold on. That's sus question. Never mind. I just want to donate.
Hey, hold on. No, did it? No.
Shout out to my man, Willie. Willie got to be the craziest nigga in Seattle, man. So shout out to Willie, man.
Shout out to Big Dog, man. You got to give him a drop for that, BVO.
No yeah, you know,
this is a sick Negro.
No Diddy drop, man. The no Diddy drop, man.
Oh, look at this, dude.
No Diddy. I say no Diddy. I say no Diddy. No Diddy.
Shout out to Big Dog in the super chat, man. Appreciate you, Big Dog.
My man said, Bo Mac good with them Cheetos, man. Get out of here, man. You go. He talking about he good with them Cheetos. Hey, man, Bo Mac he had like the big family bag you get a kids, man. I was shocked that he had that big a bag, but.
Hey, bro had the bag sitting right there, too. He had the family pack.
Hey, Dub, that's the one you get for the kid. You pass out at the party, man.
Look, pour a little bit in everybody, a little cup, a little bowl or something.
Hey, and not only that, Dub, he ate them bad boys down, man.
Straight down.
Hey, that's something when you're a big guy, you say, man, you making us look bad, man. You making us look bad. The down a whole bag of Cheetos like that. But shout out to my man Bo Mac, man. That was wild work that he did that. But let me ask you this, man, before we get out of boxing. We about to get out of boxing on this one. So let me ask you, who do you think is going to win, man? We seen the Lakers, man, clinch the 3rd seed. They're going against, man, one of my favorites, Ant-Man, you know, Mr. I Got a Kid on the Way. What you think about seeing Ant-Man and LeBron first round?
You know, it's crazy that you asked that. So, I ride with Ant-Man. But I gotta tell you this right here. Ant-Man, Batman, you name the man. Lakers in 5. Shout out Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
Hey, man, get off long as shedding, man.
Hey, I'm gonna just tell you. So my problem with Ant them, man.
Yeah.
I still don't think. I just don't think that as a team they have figured it out. The worst thing they could have did was got rid of Cat, because at least with Cat, you know what I'm saying. At least with Cat, they kind of had an understanding of how they were gonna play the roles. What's my brother's name, man? Oh, that came from New York. This brother, he want to be the.
Julius Randle.
Yeah, Julius Randle. He want to be the number one option. Well, you could be the number one option over in New York. Ant-Man, the number one option, man. Sometimes you need to throw the ball back to him.
Yeah, throw the ball back to Ant-Man.
Back to him, man. That man picked his dribble up. He passed it to you. Give it back. You ain't the number one option, man. And I just think I think LeBron too smart. I think we'll see a better Luka. I think the Lakers just have a better team overall. And yeah. So
do you worry about Gobert's size? Maybe putting a little foil into LeBron's plan to kind of slash.
Man, LeBron, listen, let me tell you something. LeBron understands the game way better than Rudy Gobert will ever understand the game. the only thing that's gonna happen is Rudy Gobert in foul trouble. That's the only thing that's gonna happen. The man don't have no offense. I don't know. I just the way that their team is built. All I'm gonna say is Lakers in 5. Shout out to Uncle Shay Shay, man.
So speaking of that, man, who do you have? Who is your early pick to come out the West? Do you see SGA being able to do something? Because I really think that Nuggets versus Clippers series. Let's go on to that next. That Nuggets versus Clippers series. I think this could be a wild card because Joker just averaged a triple-double and did not care at all. Do you think he's gonna win an MVP, or do you think SGA is gonna win an MVP?
I think it's time for SGA to get that MVP. I think this the year. I'm just gonna let you know, and we'll go into the series real quick if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just tell you, I'm just be straight up with you. The Nuggets they got something going on over there. I don't know what it is, but you don't fire your coach and your general manager a few weeks before the playoffs. That ain't how the NBA work. It don't work like that. And so, man, I think there's some turmoil over there. I think Joker good enough to get it done, though. The Clippers, in my personal opinion, I mean no disrespect whatsoever, but the Clippers are the Clippers. Right. And they're going to be the Clippers. They're going to find a way to screw this one up. And they should have the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to put some pressure on, but they're not going to be able to do it. It's not going to happen. And, I mean, what? Kawhi going to do his thing. James Harden going to shoot the ball 73 times. what Ben Simmons they still got Ben Simmons on the court. My God. All I'm saying, man, it's I don't see. Hey, once again, I'm gonna just tell you. I'll tell you like this: Nuggets in 5. Hey, they might get a win possibly. James Harden, Kawhi might will them to a win, but they're gonna get beat down in that series, man. And even with the turmoil going on, hey, let Joker let him call all the plays. That's fine. Let him call the plays. It seemed like the plays he was drawing up was working.
Yeah, so, I see him drawing up the play. You seen that too?
yeah, let him call the plays if you got to. I don't know what you got to do, but I don't see the Clippers having a chance against the Nuggets.
So you don't see Kawhi Leonard being a superstar at this point in his career?
Man, is he gonna make it through the series?
He looked really good, man. He looked really good though, man.
Here we go. This is what he looked like. Basketball is a young man's game. Hence the reason the Thunder and the Rockets are doing what they doing, right? And so all I'm saying, the Lakers, luckily they got Luka, and they got Austin Reeves over there doing his thing. The Lakers lucky because LeBron, he long in the tooth too.
Yeah,
he long in the tooth. The Timberwolves, you gave your youth up for. I don't know what the Timberwolves.
That was a dumb trade.
I can't stand that trade. I can't stand it. and now look at the Knicks. The Knicks are number 3 in the damn Eastern Conference. So hey, we're gonna see what happens.
They going home. and they going home. I don't know what's
Man,
up with Markel
against
Bridges, man. They're going home.
against the Pistons, against the Pistons.
No, not against the Pistons. But I'm talking about just in general. They're not winning the chip, is what I'm saying.
Oh no, they ain't gonna win no chip. No, hell no, they ain't winning no chip.
But speaking about that, man, I'll be remiss if I didn't bring this up, man. LeBron James just surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for second all time in games played. He's only 51 games away from the all-time lead held by the general himself, Robert Parrish. You think he could be able to catch Robert Parrish?
Absolutely. LeBron got 2 more seasons. He got 2 more seasons in him. Now he may not be the LeBron that we know him to be, but LeBron got at least 2 more seasons. So hey, it is what it is. I absolutely. LeBron gonna end up, statistically speaking, he's gonna lead damn near every category in every relevant category that he should be able to lead, as far as points, possibly rebounds. Hell, he gonna come close in assists. So
yeah, surprisingly, yeah.
He gonna come. But you got to realize the man has been playing 20 years now. So I mean, it is what it is.
What you think about his streak of 20 plus years of averaging 25 points ending this year?
Well, shit, he getting old. That's what happened when you get old. when you get old,
Oh boy, he getting up.
am I lying? How am I? Hey, it's what happens in sports. And so as you get older, then hey, you start to some of that shit start to slip. And so absolutely, but hey, you absolutely. Parrish was the chief. Absolutely, man. I love the chief. And the good thing, like Rick said, yeah, you're not having to battle through as much physicality that some of these other guys did. But the man still, what is he? How old is LeBron now? 42? No, he ain't
40. I
He's
think
40.
he's 40.
He's 40. He 4 years. I think he's 4 years older than me. So,
Yeah.
But hey, shout out to LeBron, man. LeBron is one of the greats, one of the GOATs out there, man.
And speaking of that, man, you know, this is cool. He just announced this to be his last show. Think about Chris Paul playing 82 games in season 20.
And Chris Paul a dog, man. Chris Paul was one of my favorite point guards of all time. I remember when Chris Paul was playing at Wake Forest.
Mm-hmm.
That was my guy. You know what I'm saying? And college teams, I ride with players more than anything. And so, in basketball in general, I ride with players. I don't really have teams like that. I root for the Hawks, but we don't win shit. So before Melo
lit the win, man, in Atlanta, bro.
But before Melo retired, any team Melo was on, that was my team. You feel me? So
yeah,
that's kind of. But man, shout out to Chris Paul, man. One of the greats to ever do it. Hey, everybody ain't gonna get a ring. You know what I'm saying? But Chris Paul, man, this man, the consummate professional. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Always. Now he dirty. He dirtier than a motherfucker.
Yeah, I was to say, don't forget that.
I call a spade, but hey, it's basketball. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck. Hey, anything you can do to get an advantage in basketball, you do it. So shout out to him, man. Yeah, hey, absolutely, sis. Denver was my squad. New York was my squad. Anywhere Melo was, man. When he was with the Rockets, when he was over at Portland, L.A., all of them. I'm riding with Melo. I rode with that, and then when Melo retired, I just kind of, I was like, all right, now I'm a Hawks fan since I'm from Georgia. But yeah, I don't really fuck with the Hawks. Hey, shout out to the Hawks, man.
You don't like Ice Tray the gang.
Man, we should have had Luka Doncic, man. There ain't no way we should have traded.
Ain't nobody know that at the time, man. Stop, man. That's like when they get on Marvin Bagley, man. They didn't know Luka was gonna be that.
Man, I don't know what they thought he was gonna be, but he better than what, man. Give me Luka over Trey any day. And I love Trey. I love him. But
so before we up at the panel, you know, I wanted to ask you this about the NBA, man. Who is your pick to win it all this year, man?
I got Boston, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Man, what I'm seeing from Jason Tatum, I think Jason Tatum is the most underrated superstar in the league. Superstar. Jaylen Brown, I know he a dog. I know he was Finals MVP.
Yeah.
I love Jaylen Brown. I think that Tatum is the most underrated player in the league right now.
You don't think he the best out of those two?
I do. I think he's better
I'm
than
talking about Brown. Brown.
no,
Finals
no.
MVP.
I think Tatum is better.
Then Brown? Wow, I'm kind of shocked.
Man, go
Because he carried them boys last year.
When it's crunch time, who taking the shot?
I remember last year when they beat Luka, man, the dude that was dunking all over Luka's head was Jaylen Brown. The dude with the funny hairline.
Man, Jason Tatum is one of the most underrated players out there. And all I'm trying to tell you
underrated.
is absolutely, man, is underrated. Absolutely.
Oh, it's a light skin thing y'all got going on. Okay.
They got, but the other thing is Porzingis. What I'm seeing from Porzingis right now, as far as shooting the pill, oh my goodness. And then having the team defense man, listen, I'm just telling you, I'm picking the Celtics. Now I ain't gonna lie, I like Houston and I like OKC. I like both of them. I really like OKC. I think OKC. I think Shea. I think SGA, man. I think he on a whole nother level than a lot of these guys, and he get it how he want to. Whatever you gonna give, that's what he gonna take. If it's the mid range, if it's to the hoop, if it's the 3-ball, whatever level you want it on, he gonna give it to you on that level.
Yeah.
I think they lack the experience. I know where they went last year. I don't know. It's something about that team. It just seemed like they're gonna come up short to me. But I'm rooting for them, and I'm rooting for Houston. I like these young boys out here, man. The young boys, man. They coming to take folks' spots, man. That's what they doing.
I think they're a piece away, though. I like Jalen Green. I think he's good. But I think he needs another star, like maybe another wing player. I mean, losing the guy Porter Jr., what to me was a big blow to them, man. They need somebody else, man, because they kind of get too Jalen Green centric sometimes. They kind of just give him the ball and get out the way. I think that's not good. What do you think about that?
Listen. The Mavs, they trying to sell everything they got anyway. I don't know why a trade wasn't made when Luka got sent away. If I was Houston, I'm trying to get Kyrie over here. Bring me Kyrie, and that'll offset some of this other stuff.
That's an awesome thought. I didn't even think about it. That's an awesome thought. that might be all they needed.
But I don't know what they would have had to give up. That's the problem. I would have gave up draft picks. Give up all the draft picks I need to give up. But because their core is so young, I can't give up my core players. But I can give you what I got on the outside. You know what I'm saying? To kind of the supplement that trade. Hey, that's what I would have tried to do if I was a Houston at that time.
What about that guy Sengun? I like him a lot. Sengun is nice.
I like Sengun. I like him too.
Nice.
I wouldn't have gave him up. I wouldn't have gave him up for Kyrie.
No. That's the thing. They should build around Sengun or build around Green. I think they should build around Sengun, in my opinion.
Now, you got to build around Jalen Green, man. You got to build around Jalen Green. But I wouldn't separate them. I wouldn't separate these two brothers. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you could have got rid of, and I say it respectfully, get rid of Van Fleet, get rid of him, get rid of Jeff Green, Steven Adams, even though I think they need Steven Adams.
They need Steve. They need to keep Steve.
but I mean, try your best to bring in a Kyrie though. I think it would have been worth it.
So it pretty much it would have been all bets off. I could see that. I respect that, because one thing about Kyrie, he don't get enough credit, but Kyrie, man, really can play. He can really play. I just think people are just too hard on the guy, man. He might be a cornball or whatever, but man, the brother can play.
Absolutely.
The brother can really play.
Absolutely.
But that being said, one thing I gotta say, man, is this is fun. I love actually talking about basketball, man, because one thing that's so funny about it is I didn't realize that these guys are playing longer than ever. Like, this modern medicine is really, really working, man. What you think about that?
Well, first thing, so I remember when a ACL was the end of your career. I remember those days.
Right? Remember Bernard King was done. They said was done after that ACL tear.
And Achilles was the end of your career.
Dominique was the only one that did something.
See? Now, with like you said, modern medicine now, with what they understand, the tools they able to use, being able to scan the body in a different way, understanding how these ligaments and things work. Um, Even when I remember when Paul George broke his leg.
Oh, that
Man,
was
that was career
at the
ending
Olympics.
back in the day. That was career ending.
Yeah.
But now, you don't have to take as much punishment. But the modern medicine as well has taken effect because we watch certain people come back. They'll mess around and have an ACL, and then they come back jumping higher than they did before they had the ACL. You're like, hold on, wait a minute, man. What happened? So the longevity of these guys now really come from the rule, and it's like the NFL. Um, BVO, you played. We say the NFL soft now. Hey, you can't. I remember if you came across the middle, you getting caved in regardless.
Oh, you getting hurt bad.
Yeah, hey, somebody putting something in you. I remember when you play when I was playing. If you come through the paint, if I'm in the paint, put a forearm in their chest.
Yeah.
Put a forearm in their chest.
Ain't gonna be all that dunking, huh?
Man, we ain't doing none of that. Especially if I'm at home. Especially if ain't no man. You on dunk on my partner Tarvis, man, and me and Tarvis outside of basketball, we were good friends. You know what I'm saying, man? Matter of fact, we hooped together every summer. He was a year older than me, but I mean, we played on the same AAU team a couple times, and like that was my. And Tarvis could hoop. Man, that man thought, and they was beating us this game. Now, normally we would beat them. They would beat. I think they would probably look by 15. You know what I'm saying? Going into the fourth quarter or something. Hey, we got to fight back. Man, that man got a breakaway and thought he was gonna dunk, and we at the crib. Nah. Hey, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I pushed the shit out of him, and he got up. He said, "Hey, now don't do that, man. You know." Don't do that. And I'm sitting here like, well, I caught you. At least I ain't let you hit the ground, bro.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
You already know what it is, bro. Like you already know what it is.
You gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
And if we was playing anybody else and we was playing together at the time, you already know what we gonna say. Nah, ain't nobody dunking around here. It's not happening. And then my partner Chris Slaughter and Antonio.
I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead.
If another team tried to hurt one of our players, on the fast break, Tonio going up high, Slaughter undercutting you, and even if you're going for a layup, you're gonna end up on your head. That's what's gonna happen. That's how we got down. That's how we played.
Man, there used to be this cat, man. We was in college, man, because football players like receivers be like ultra athletic, like. I'm talking about you. I know some receivers that's like dunking every play if they want.
Absolutely. So windmilling between the legs. Like,
so I remember a buddy of mine. We had we was you mess around with you go to the college practice, whatever, you see what's going on, and you talking junk. They swear to God football players can't get a bucket. But anyway, so I'll never forget, man. This receiver was going into the game. They was playing 33. I don't know if people ever played 33, and the guy must have dunked almost every point. Because in football, he playing basketball for him is like nothing because he used to getting smashed. So he dunking through traffic and all that. And next thing you know, somebody hit him like right up under his chin. And bro, I can say one thing about your basketball, y'all the dirtiest mofos I ever see. And they hit him up under the chin, dub, and they act like nothing happened. I'm like, y'all just see.
Did he call a foul? Hey, if he ain't calling, then I don't know nothing about it.
He ain't called no foul. And see, I can tell you one of them dirty basketball players. Oh, you ain't calling it. What you mean?
Basketball. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Now it depends who I was playing with. But see, this the problem.
Lay on the court like he was Go ahead.
I remember I went up to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right, so I went up to UGA. My partner played at UGA, right?
Yeah.
And he played football though. So I went up there to holler at him, and he like, man, hey, man, you know we gonna go hoop whatever. I'm like, all right, it was all good. It's our freshman year, man. It's really like it's like but it's before the season had really started anything. So you know, man, AJ Green up there, and like AJ Green, he gonna dunk everything. Like that
Yeah.
man got hops out the world, but
Yeah.
the problem is so it was a nigga playing tight end, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh God. So I drive to the hoop. I'm finna go up. Man, this nigga now mind you, the man say he played tight end. Man had to be all of 285, 6'7", 285, bro. Man hit me with a stiff arm when I jumped. Bro, I'm used to being able to at least get to the rim. I couldn't get to the rim, nothing. And then next thing you know, I'm going back. Man, bro, the next play down, I'm like, okay, all right, fine, I got it. So he come down, right? They run a little pick and roll. We switch. I end up on him. He go to the post. Man, this man took a drop step, bowled me in my chest, bro. Sent me to the wall. I'm talking about sent me. Now, mind you, I ain't weigh at this time. I ain't weighing nothing but probably 205. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? This man hit me with and just started college weightlifting. Man, this man hit me with a bow. Bro, I go flying, bro. I'm like, oh man, nah, man, we ain't
Yeah.
doing all that, bro. Get what he told me.
What?
Get what he said. Get what he said. Now get your ass out the court if you ain't gonna play like that. All right. So all right. Not all right. That what we doing? Okay, that's what we doing then. So if a nigga get undercut, any of that, it's the same thing. No, it's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing.
But we
That's
gotta
all
bring
I'm saying.
this up because this
That's
never
all I'm
happened
saying.
in football. This is our last topic of the night. We're gonna drop the link after this. So now this is only something you hear from basketball players. So Dwight Howard's new wife just recently revealed that she's gonna separate from the newly crowned Hall of Famer because she keeps finding him hanging out with men in inappropriate ways. Man, what's going on with Dwight Howard, your Atlanta brother, man? This is your guy here,
Hey
Dwight
man, I
Howard.
plead the fifth on that whole conversation. Dwight
What's
Howard
going
is not
on
my.
with Dwight?
I have never been a fan of Dwight Howard. So look, I'm gonna tell you why I'm not a fan of Dwight first. So I remember when I was in college, Dwight was, or when I was in high school, excuse me, Dwight.
Yeah.
And this when Randolph Morris. Randolph Morris was hoop. Man, I watched Dwight Howard, bro. I watched this man two-hand dunk 6, 7 times, hanging on the rim. Shit, I'm like, bro, somebody, man, grab this shit out. This man, do something.
Yeah.
This man, Dwight Howard was a beast, bro. And back then, I don't know what the hell happened when he got to the league. Maybe he started lifting too many weights. This man was shooting threes. He was made his free throws. This man was.
Yeah, he could do everything.
One
He could
AU
do
game, bro.
everything.
He gave the other team like he had like 47 and about 15 blocks, about 30 rebounds. Like the man, he'll get it off the rebound and dribble that motherfucker up the court. I'm like, man, who? And you know, at this time he all 6'10", 6'11". So,
Yeah.
and then when he dunked it, the way, bruh, and the crazy thing, it was like him and Josh Smith. They were
Uh huh.
both on the same team, and you know,
Yeah.
Smooth was rising back then.
Yeah. Smooth
Smooth
was
was
not.
up, man. You already know Smooth was up there, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy work, bro. It was crazy work. And so, but I don't know nothing about anything that man got going on outside of basketball. I don't follow it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I done heard too many stories. I don't follow none of that. That's not. Hey, that's out of my lane right there. That's what I gotta tell you.
Yeah. A couple comments we got. My man Ricky Tim said, "Why is she acting brand new? We all know Dwight Howard is sweet." And my man Josh said, shaking my head, using a woman to cover up his other side when the other side dying to come out. I think the part that got me about this whole thing, Dub, was that it's just like that's so dangerous, man, because what if he gets something, you know what I'm saying, and give it to that poor girl? That girl looked like a chocolate piece of candy, man. I hate to see a chocolate drop like that going through that, but that's all I got on that one,
I don't know
man.
nothing. I don't know nothing.
I don't want to know.
For the record, I don't know nothing about what that man got going on, and I don't want to know what that man got going on. That's his life. I don't want to know what none of y'all do in the bedroom. That's y'all life.
Hey,
I worry about myself. That's it. That's it.
it just kind of sucks to hear, like, during your Hall of Fame speech, you get busted again with guys, man. That's kind of sucks, man.
You out of order, man. Hold on, I'm gonna drop the link over here too.
Yeah. But we gonna give y'all some time, man. And you know what, man? Appreciate everybody supporting the Dub and BVO show, or the BVO and Dub show. It don't matter, man. I love that we coming together having fun. Shout out to the Sports Talk Network. My guy CDK is gonna be free. He gonna be getting off early. Y'all better watch out, man. We got some big stuff coming. Man. I'm excited. And on Wednesday, we're gonna have a special episode. We're going to have someone come in about financial empowerment, kind of explaining you about finances, you know, the stuff everybody want to know, how to make money, how to do with their money, blah, blah, blah. We want to do more than sports talk. We want to help you guys get some real tools, man, because that's what it's all about. Us all growing together, man. That's what it's all about.
Facts.
But he said, right, BVO, the wife should have come out as the LGBT community and ride with him, shaking my head, just saying. Well, the brother's from Atlanta, man, so it's not a shock.
Man, listen. I ain't gonna lie to you. One of the reasons I said I had to get away from Atlanta. You don't know what these brother got going on, and
Yeah.
I always tell this story. My son, this was how long ago was it? It was probably 5 years ago. The man probably was 5 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, something like that. We get out the car. That man, he asked me, he said, "Daddy, why that man got so much hair?" I said, "Oh God, here we go." And you know, you gotta always address those questions directly. But at the same time, my thing is, man, I don't want none of that. Bro. I don't want you growing up like that. I don't want you growing up around it. You're gonna experience it in life anyways. But
Yeah.
at least have a wholesome childhood. Get the
Yeah.
One of the things I got a chance to do today. I took my son and one of his friends bowling, right?
Yeah.
And I watched them interact with each other. And, you know, I love those situations. Listen to them talk. They think a nigga don't be listening. I be listening to everything they say. I gotta understand the mindset. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I realize is they understand now. And now at 10 years old, and we done had the conversation about sex and all that, but the whole gay situation or what other people got going on, they understand it very well. And it was a pleasure to hear them. They talking about the little girls they talking to. I'm like, all right, well, at least y'all talking to little girls, so I ain't got no problem with it. I don't know what you want from me. What I'm supposed to say? Don't do that. I ain't gonna say that. So I just think, man, it just was Atlanta's a tad bit wild sometimes. It's a tad bit wild, and it ain't always the best place to raise a child. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
I want to send a rest in peace to my man Kyron Lacey, the wide receiver from LSU. Man, he was gonna probably be a #1 overall pick. The young man took his life last night. Man, praying for him and his family. I think that's the saddest thing I ever seen in my
What
life.
happened? What happened?
Kyron Lacey allegedly took his own life last night, according to multiple sources. Man, the LSU wide receiver. You know, he's probably gonna be a first-round pick.
Not this year. Well, not this year, but
next year when he come out, I think so. I thought maybe next year. I mean, he wasn't supposed. Hold on, let me see.
I don't know, because it seems
Well, they
like
had him as a first-round pick. I mean, I don't know, but he was good. I mean, but dang, to hear a young guy take his life, man, that kind of hurt a little bit to hear that, man.
Yeah, it's a horrible situation, man. But
hey, man, no matter what you're going through, man, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your family, because guess what? You doing that, man. Think about your mama, the people who really love you, man, because doggone, man, that's the saddest thing I ever heard. This brother's 21 years old, man.
But one thing I also want to say, man, hey, always be respectful to everybody. Why? Because you never know what a person going through, and you never know what your words may do to push them to whatever measures. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, be respectful to everybody, and try your best to uplift them. You know what I'm saying? Try your best.
Yeah. And what I would say, Dub, that the part that really hit the most is that just because you're doing well don't mean that you don't need to get some help.
Yeah. Everybody, hey, the scary. I always say the scariest place to be is in your own mind.
Yeah.
When you're in your own mind, that's the scariest place to be because you can convince yourself of anything, whether it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, shout out to that, or condolences to that family. Man, I hope that brother, man. That's a horrible situation to hear about.
Man, and you know the bad part, and then we're gonna leave this alone. His mother found him, and she came home. When she came home, and, you know, that's rough, man. That's hey, you know, one thing I will say, man. You know, being a father, when you hear that stuff for kids, it amazes you. I didn't turn into my granddaddy, man. I'll be tearing up when I hear that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What it do?
Salute,
What's
Free.
going on, Free?
Yeah.
What up,
Yeah,
Uncle
nah,
Short?
I was reading on that story too earlier today.
Yeah.
Kind of find out he was going through a trial where he got into a car accident where it claimed somebody's life. So
Yeah.
maybe he got some bad news about how the trial was going or something. I don't know because he
No, he
was
was not free. He was going to the grand jury was convening tomorrow.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe he got some bad news of how the
He
trial was
wasn't
going to
going.
go.
Yeah, somebody died, so he was going to have to go to prison. He was going to be
Yeah,
punished,
that's what I'm saying.
and
So
he
maybe that's the
wasn't built
reason
for
why.
that. He didn't want to go. Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't want to go. He wasn't built for that.
Was he drunk or something?
I don't know. I
I don't
didn't
know
hear
if
the
he was
whole
drunk or he was
story.
driving. He was speeding. They say he got into the other lane. He tried to pass. He tried to pass in the wrong lane, and he ran head on into somebody. He killed a 78-year-old man.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
78-year-old
Maybe
man.
he got some bad news of how the trial was gonna go, and he was like, you know what, I can't do this because he was a promising
There was no
star.
bad news to get, Free. You tried to pass.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. But at the end of the day, another lesson. Shout out to Georgia. I see Georgia boys. They always in. Y'all see it. They always in the news about speeding and reckless driving. And look, man, hey, arrive late, but arrive safe. You understand? If you late, then take it on the chin. But we much rather for you to be safe than or be late and safe than to be speed, taking chances, all that kind of stuff out of order, and having these type of situations happen. You know what I mean? You claimed the life of somebody else, and now you can claim your own life. Two people gone for something that you could have just slowed down and hey, whatever you trying
And
to get
waited.
to. Yeah.
And waited.
At least everybody would have still been here. So
That's why I tell my kids because I got young adults in my family, and I tell them all the time, hey, don't be out here showing off because you got a new car, you want to show off for your friends. Man, kids die all the time showing off. I was looking at this joint that was on Instagram the other day. My wife showed me. It was these two girls in a car. Oh, actually, three girls in a car, and they sitting there drinking. You see the bottle with the girl in the passenger hand, but the driver is doing 140 miles per hour. They in the car yelling, slow down, slow down. Next thing you know, she lost control. They all died in the car.
and the
Was that the
thing,
case out here? Was that the case out here, Free? That you
I
talking
think
about?
it might be. I think it might be.
5 teenagers from the age of
Yeah, I think it might be.
17. The youngest was 13, and they all died.
Yup.
that's crazy.
And they had they was
Drugs
posting
and
on
alcohol was in the car.
The passenger was doing a live stream on Instagram, and you
Uh-huh.
can hear them yelling, slow down, slow down. And she's going to show that she was doing 140 miles per hour, and she
Yeah.
ended up striking somebody else's car and killed them and killed everybody in her car.
I'm gonna ask y'all this real quick. And I know all of us now we older in age, so we done been driving for a while.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever done 140 in a car?
Nah.
No, I've never done
I
that.
did. I done 110, but I was in a high speed chase, and it was a straightaway. It wasn't no me driving around curves or none of that. It was a straightaway. I did 110, but like I said, nah, I've never done 140.
And
I've
most
done
people,
150 on the freeway
but
at night.
the thing is most people don't understand how the car is going to react going that speed.
And that's
Yeah.
another thing too. It's like I go through a lot of driver defensive courses, so I know how my car handles. I know every aspect of my car. I know how fast I can go, and when I hit this turn, I know how fast I can go on a straightaway without that traction on that tire start to slip. Because we got to understand, yeah, you might be in a fast car, but if you don't have the original tires that's supposed to go with that car, that traction on those other tires that you get, you might want to get some low profile tires or whatever have you. The traction might not be good enough for the speed of that car because
You got to
they,
understand this too. This is what you
yeah,
got to understand about speed. You can't be driving at excessive speeds if you have power steering.
yeah, that too, yeah, because that power steering is the slightest hit on that steering wheel would
You're
turn
gonna
the
roll.
tires.
You out of
You're
Yeah,
order.
gonna roll.
You're going to be out of order.
You're gonna roll.
And
You're gonna roll.
yeah, and the thing, the other thing is like because we don't or because they didn't they and me personally, I ain't no fast driver like that. I used to be. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to be, but I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson the right way. Um, but at the same time, man, you got alcohol involved. You're driving these high speeds. You don't understand the speeds that you at and how the car is gonna react. It's so many variables, and when you're going that fast, it don't take nothing but that much before you out of order, your car out of order, and you don't. And 9 times out of 10, what happens when the car start to slide one way? A inexperienced driver is gonna do what? Overcompensate.
yeah,
And when you overcompensate, that's when that motherfucker started rolling and flipping and all that kind of shit. And
yeah.
so
At 17 years old, she ain't been driving long enough to do none of that. She just
exactly,
got her license yesterday.
Now
exactly.
I'm gonna tell you when I got my license at 18. I got my license at 18.
Yeah.
I didn't start driving fast until I was probably somewhere around 27, 28. That's when I started like literally having a heavy foot. Like right now, if I'm on a highway, I can't do under 75, 80 miles per hour. I feel like I'm driving too slow. And that's because a lot of times when I was in Germany and when I was in Texas, the Texas speed limit is 75 miles per hour. That's their actual speed limit. So I'm used to driving somewhere around 70 miles or faster. So I can't drive slower than
What do
75,
they
80
tell you
miles per
on the
hour.
driver's test, D Free? You have to keep up with the flow of traffic.
Yeah, that too. That too. Because
Yeah.
a lot, and that's something else too. A lot of people don't know you can get a ticket for driving too
Too
slow.
slow. Yeah, yeah. You could be a danger to if you're driving too slow. And then, yeah. But the thing is so, okay, 75, 80 miles an hour, that's one thing. 140, that's damn near double
Yeah, you
what we're
tripping.
talking
You're
about.
trying to die. You're trying to kill yourself.
Yeah, like my car right now that I'm in do 160 miles per hour. I've never hit I've never hit over 90 miles on this car. Now
Why?
I could
For what? Why?
right. That's what I'm
I'm
like.
with you.
It's no need for me to do over 90 miles per hour. I'm not doing no high speed chase in this car.
Hey,
This
BVO.
car not built for a high speed chase. Now it's built to go 160 miles per hour, but it's an SUV. Do I really trust this to go 160 miles per hour? It's an SUV.
Well, you might have to go 160 one day if you're running from the police.
I would never run for the police.
I ain't got no
Me,
reason to run. Ain't got no
no,
reason
me,
to run.
You
me
know,
personally, I have no reason to run from the police.
Facts.
well,
I
well, let
have
me say this real quick before we bring my brother Troy Graham in here. No matter how it goes, being a father, I'll say this, man. The saddest thing in the world has got to be that young lady finding her son, and taking his own life. Because I'll be honest, man, your kids are supposed to bury you, not the other way around, man. That's not how it works, man. Lord's will, you want people to pass away. And I remember my grandmother saying that when she passed, that she felt good because she didn't have to bury none of her children. And that's the last thing in the world somebody should have to do is bury their child, man. Well, go ahead, Troy. What you got for me, baby boy?
I don't. Yeah. My soul doesn't take to these conversations too much. You know, I got 3 sons and an older daughter. They don't take to these conversations too much. But just like you were saying, I couldn't imagine finding one of mine dead like that. I couldn't imagine it, and I don't want to imagine it. You know, I don't.
Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to put my mother through that. Like, my mother is fortunate enough to be, well, she will be 69 this year, this month, and all her kids is in perfect health. She ain't got to worry about burying none of her kids or none of that. She already lost 2 husbands. I would hate to put my mother through a situation where she got to plan my funeral or plan my brother's or one of my sister's funeral. I would hate for my mother to have to go through something like that. I mean, me personally, I love life too much. I tell you, the one thing that I fear out of everything in this world, the only thing that I fear is dying. That's the only thing I fear. I don't ever want to die.
I don't fear death. You know what I fear? I fear suffering.
I mean, yeah,
That's
that
what
too. I mean, and
That's
I'm
a real
gonna
fear.
tell you the only
because
thing,
everybody's gonna die.
the only reason why
Everybody gonna die.
the only reason why I say I fear death is because I believe what I believe, but I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen when you pass away. We believe what we believe, but none of us is 100% sure. We just have faith in what we believe in. But
Well, I tell you what I am 100% sure in. We gonna find out.
yeah, we
Yeah, we
will
all
find out.
gonna die.
We all will find out at some point.
We gonna
Taxes
find
and
out.
death.
We will all
Taxes
find
and
out.
death, 100%. Right? Right, Sim?
Yeah, we gonna find out eventually. One day, we all gonna find out if it's something beyond this.
I wanna go back to those times where we was talking on the right side when dudes was living 175 years, 300 years
For
old
what?
in a biblical time.
Well, they
For
got
what?
a young lady now. She's 141 years old. She's in Jamaica, and she still lives on her own. She's an herbalist, so you can
Mm-hmm.
still live as long as you
Yeah.
want.
Man,
You just
I'm
got to make
tired,
certain
man.
sacrifices.
That's actually, yeah, that
I'm
actually
gonna be
happened.
tired, man. I'm gonna be tired. After about
I'm
80,
gonna
90
She probably
years, I'm
lives in the
cool. I'm
country,
good.
right?
I'm ready to go. 80, 90 years, I'm good. I'm ready to
I'm
go.
gonna tell you, like me personally, I love life too much. There's so much things out here that I haven't experienced yet in my life. So I'm like, no, I'm not ready to leave this earth at no time. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's coming that I want to see what happens. There's a lot of things that like I said, I haven't experienced in my lifetime yet. So I'm like, no, I don't want to die. I want to live as long as I can possibly live.
Yeah.
Longevity have its place. But
Yeah.
One of the things I
yeah,
will say,
yeah.
and I don't know how people look at this. I remember my grandfather said something I'll never forget. He said he got to an age where he didn't recognize the people that around him and the things that were going on, and he was ready to go. And I think that's what happens in life. I think once you kind of lose the reason that you're here, you don't have certain people around, because at some point all your friends are going to die, everybody you knew is going to die, and then you're going to be around people you don't know. So I get it. At the end of the day, I'm not scared of death because, as we head into, one of my favorite days. This is Palm Sunday, one of my favorite weeks, man. For me, Christ already died, so I hope I can see him. That's my only thing. I want to see
Yeah,
him.
that's a good thing.
I want to see him.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hope what I hope. I mean, I believe what I believe in, and I believe that that's what's going to happen. But like I said, none of us is 100% sure because none of us that I know of have ever talked to anybody that passed away.
No, and if you
So
do,
I
you're
couldn't
scared.
say that. I can't say that.
Now, if you do, you're dead. That's what happened if you do. And if you're
No,
talking to him,
no,
you're dead.
no, no,
No, we
no.
not say that because some
Nah,
people like to talk to them
nah,
fortune tellers and stuff, man.
Well,
no,
let me.
no,
I
no.
just want to say this right here.
Go
I
ahead.
think that at the end, and it's not about fear of death. The reason it's not about fear of death. Anybody who know anything about science, and maybe I'll say that this ain't scientific, but energy is neither created. Hey, energy it only transfer. So I think we'll always have some life here, not knowing exactly what it is, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I just
Hey,
think that at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we're gonna keep moving throughout this lifetime as far as the different. Uncle Shelton, you got some background.
yeah, he talking in the background.
I
All
got
I'm saying
my
is
brother
at the
Drew
end of the day,
scared.
we're gonna keep moving, and who knows what life looks like after this physical life. But I think it's much more to us than just this physical life. Me
Yeah,
personally.
I think like it's not so much the fear of death, it's more so the fear of the unknown because we don't know. It's more so the fear of the unknown because I go through life sometimes throughout my day and I just be sitting there. Just sometimes I just take like a few minutes and I just sit back and just be thinking and I be like, dang, what happens after all this is over with? We were born, we grow up, we have families, and then some at some point we're gonna be gone. Life is gonna continue on, but we're gonna be gone. And I'm
Yeah.
like, because I think about all the people that I've lost in my life, and I'm like, Dad, we still going on, but these people died 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Like my father passed 35 years ago, so I'm like, Dad, we still going on, but they're resting somewhere, or they in another place, but we're still here. So that's what I'm saying. It's the fear of the unknown. It's not so much fear of death; it's the fear of the unknown. I don't know what's going to happen after we die. I believe in my faith, but I don't know what's actually going to happen.
Hold on 1 second. We got my
Well,
God,
well,
man. He saved from
ye-
Liberty City, but he from Columbus. Hold on, what's that?
yeah.
Shout
I
out
actually,
to my man. Shout out to my man. Ohio runs boxing, man. You know, it's really Cleveland runs boxing. As I tell him all the time. Well, Alvin, he's the chipmunk. Shout out to my man Ohio runs boxing. What's going on, man?
What's
I
good,
actually want to
man?
come on after brother.
How y'all doing, man? I
All right.
just got off work, man. It was a long night. I just tapped in. So y'all was talking deep, man. I said, oh yeah, let me get on here for a second, man. Talking about
Yeah.
life and death, man. That's what's up.
You know the saddest, the funniest thing is I remember hanging out with my grandmother, and she would say little scary, little spooky stuff like, "You're gonna be watching TV Land and be missing me, boy. One day you're gonna be watching this." I'm thinking, shut up so I can watch Andy Griffith. I don't even want to watch this. But now I'll turn on Andy Griffith and I get to thinking about the old girl. It's just
Mm-hmm.
amazing how that works, man. She told me that years and years ago, and it's crazy to say my grandma been gone 5 years, y'all. That's crazy.
Mm.
I
My
got a
Yeah,
grandma gone. Go ahead.
yeah,
Big Ma died when I was in the 8th grade, going to the ninth,
yeah.
and
That's when my father passed. I was
and
in
and,
eighth grade, going to the ninth.
and I still, I remember a lot of the things that Big Ma told me as a kid. So hey, shout out to Big Ma, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know what's so
I
funny?
actually
Them older folks, one thing I always would say, they wasn't worried about. That's one thing I always could say. My aunt Annie, who passed, them people wasn't scared of death, man. They celebrated it. You know what I
They
mean? They
was ready to
celebrated
go.
going.
Hey, look, Big Mom said she said, nah, nah, nah. And I remember how everything happened. She
Yeah,
had high potassium, right?
yeah,
Too much potassium in her system, so they made her drink this thick brown liquid. I don't know what it was, but when she drinking it, I remember watching her gag and all. I'm like, man, I ain't never seen Big Mom like this, and I
yeah.
hated it. I hated it, and she hated it. If that makes sense. And so, man, oh man, people, she didn't. She made it clear, man. If I'm gonna be on my last, you know what I'm saying, and I got to be taken care of. I can't move around. I can't tell you this is Matty Pearl Jones from Warner Robins. If I can't do none of that, man, I ain't trying. Man, let me go. Let me go.
Hey, that's all my girl. What my
look.
grandma said. Don't have me here half dead. What you doing?
Let me go. Let me go.
I I actually got a question, but it has nothing to do with the
Go ahead.
subject matter we're talking about. Yeah, because I actually came on to ask, because yeah, I don't know if it was you or Dub that mentioned goats, and it popped in my mind every time when it comes to basketball, and you hear hear the word GOAT, you never hear Bill Russell's name. I don't understand why. Every time when it comes to boxing, you never and somebody says the GOAT, you never hear, you know, what's his name, Holyfield, and I don't understand why.
Because his best
No,
win is
both.
George Foreman. That's why, dog.
No. Holyfield's the most accomplished heavyweight champion in the history of boxing.
Dude,
And George,
as
yes,
Doug say respectfully, man, Holyfield was nice, but man, it's plenty of dudes that'll beat the life out of him, bro.
he was the most
Joe
accomplished
Lewis would
heavyweight
f
in
him up.
boxing. Okay, no. We're not
You know
talking
what?
about
Do
fantasy fights.
you know what Joe Lewis
We're
would do
not
to
talking
him?
about. Listen. We're not talking about fantasy fights. We staying. We're dealing with reality. He beat Tyson. He dropped Tyson, beat Tyson. He dropped Bo, beat
Past his
Bo.
prime.
Had a draw with Lewis. Holyfield was older than both of them.
His
Okay,
best fight,
so
his best George Foreman, who was 105 years old.
Hold on, Troy. Are you saying?
George,
Hold on, Troy. You're saying Holyfield is the GOAT of boxing? Is that what you're saying?
in my opinion, in heavyweights, when it comes to heavyweights, because there's nobody more accomplished than him.
The man got knocked out by James Toney.
He got knocked. The fight was stopped, but there's no.
All right, stop.
Listen.
Stop.
Listen. Let me finish my point.
Holyfield.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Hold
Let me
on.
finish my point, Dub.
But if you're making this argument
All,
and you saying
all
that
I'm
this man is the greatest of all time, he's the GOAT. And
He's
I'm
the
telling
most
you,
accomplished heavyweight champion of all time. Who's more accomplished
Not
than
over
him?
Usyk, bro.
What are you talking about? Holyfield's the only heavyweight that's a 4-time heavyweight champion. Holyfield's the only heavyweight, that's an undisputed cruiserweight plus an undisputed,
So
no,
is
Usyk is
heavyweight
too.
champion,
Usyk is too.
right?
Usyk is too.
No, Usyk is not undisputed heavyweight. Where you getting that from?
He was
He's not
undisputed. What
undisputed.
the hell are you talking about? I don't even cuss, man. What the hell are you talking about, Joe?
Hold on. Are you saying you're saying Usyk wasn't undisputed?
Exactly, because how's he undisputed, man? If somebody else got a belt,
He just lost that belt. They
He
took it
just
from him.
lost
He
that
was
IBF belt.
undisputed. He was undisputed.
Are you serious? Hold on. Are you serious or are you joking?
He trolling.
No, I'm not serious. Why don't you ask me a question and let me answer it instead of asking a question then answering it?
I didn't
he
answer the
was
question.
Thank you.
I didn't answer the question.
I got you. Well, I'm talking to the brother who keeps answering the question after you ask.
Okay, my bad.
Okay,
Go ahead.
got you. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But Usyk is not as accomplished as Holyfield, man. He's not.
Well, he was undisputed. He was undisputed at cruiserweight. He won the Super 6 at cruiserweight, and then he was undisputed against former unified former WBC lineal champion
Oh,
in
Fury. I
Fury.
actually forgot about that stupid fight, but yeah, but that still don't take away from Holyfield. He's still over Usyk based on the competition and the wins.
Usyk is
When I say names
undefeated.
like
This man lost to
Lewis, Tyson, Bo, and all that, Usyk don't got nobody on his resume that's actually
he got Joshua.
Stop it.
Tyson Fury.
Stop it.
These are good fighters, man. You
good. I said Hall of Fame. Great.
Hold on.
I just named 3 greats.
Hold on. Wait a minute though. But the man had, and correct me if I'm wrong. You know it better than I do. I believe the man against Lennox Lewis, they fought what 3
Had
times?
Had a draw and they fought twice.
Twice.
Lost,
a draw and then he lost the second time, right?
Yes, but he's the only one to fight all 3 of them.
He fought John Ruiz.
That's when he was an old man.
Hold on though. He fought John Ruiz, and the man went life and death with John Ruiz, bro. And
what does that have to do with his accomplishment?
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm not trying to denigrate the brother, man. I'm not doing that. What I'm saying, you're calling him the GOAT. You're saying that he's the GOAT.
Yes. Yeah, because he's the most accomplished heavyweight.
We just did fight with the same accomplishments.
No, he's 4-time heavyweight
Usyk got a gold medal.
He is a 4th. So does no. He was robbed of his, but he's 4.
No, he don't have one. Ain't no he was robbed. He don't have one.
That has nothing to do with the pros.
He was robbed.
4-time heavyweight champion, brother. Usyk can't top that. Usyk can't say that.
Man, I'll put it like this:
Nobody in
Usyk
the
will beat
history of
the
boxing
life
can
out of
say that.
Evander Holyfield, bro.
The only way
And,
you become 4 times is
Hey,
if
you
you
out of
if
your
you if you
mind.
and we
taking
will never
L's.
know.
If you taking L's, that's the only way you
And,
became a
Yeah,
4 time was
Because
he
you
because you
going.
taking
fighting
no,
L's.
He
everybody,
deserves
Dub.
to.
What are you talking about?
that's not true, Dub. You have to win you have to lose 4 times and win 4 times to get them. Why are you leaving out the wins?
Did you forget that Riddick Bowe beat the life out of him?
Did you
It doesn't
forget that
wash
he
away
beat
the
the life
four
out of
the
Riddick
four
Bowe in
the
the
four
second
times he
fight?
was heavyweight champions. It does not wash that away.
Didn't
All
Riddick
the
knock him
losses,
out the third fight?
all the losses you could
He
bring
had
up does not.
hepatitis C.
All the losses you bring up cannot wash away all his accomplishments. So just keep rattling off the losses, and I'll keep coming back with wins.
Well, I'll say this, man. Shout out to my man Troy with the most asinine argument I ever heard, man.
Hold on,
Shout out to
BVO.
G
Nah,
Free.
nah,
Let me say this.
nah.
I gotta
No,
say
no,
this.
Oh,
no.
I gotta say this. I gotta say this. I
go
gotta
ahead.
say this.
Mhm.
Even when we talk about Riddick Bowe, I believe they fought 3 times.
They
Uh,
did.
the first time he lost. The second time he
Making
won by, I
In one of
believe
the
it was a split.
greatest fights
Hold
ever.
on, man. Hold on. I believe the second time he won by a split decision, and the third time he lost.
Oh,
Yes, he did lose. He was stopped for the first
So
time.
what are
He
we
lost. He
talking?
was
So how?
stopped.
And so you're
What
saying
does
this
that
man is
have
the
to do with
goat?
his accomplishments, though? What does that have to do with his accomplishments, bro?
that's your
No,
mic
no,
making that
no, no.
really
You're saying
sound.
that
Dub.
this man is the goat. You're saying he's the goat.
Do me a
Exactly.
favor, Troy. Go out and come back in. Your mic is making a crazy noise.
Is it still sounding crazy? Or
No,
does it
it
sound good
sounds
now?
fine, Troy. It
It sound
sounds
it
fine.
sound like
Okay,
it
good,
sound
good,
like a
good.
I don't know, like a sound after you talk. I don't know what that is.
Oh, I actually do hear it. Yeah.
I got this
What? A
working,
song.
man. Sit down, bro. You talking
All
about
right.
you don't hear it.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
so that's different, man.
I hey,
I
hey,
never heard
Marcus.
nobody say.
I mean, my bad,
Go
my
ahead,
bad.
go ahead, go
Ohio
ahead.
runs boxing.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
stuff you hear on YouTube, you got to be kidding me, bro.
yeah,
That nigga said
man.
Evander Holyfield was the best heavyweight of all time.
Yeah, you can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this up, man.
The dude who kept getting
He's
his
entitled
ass
to his opinion,
whipped,
man. He
he
entitled to his.
stayed getting smashed.
When you
Well,
talk about
well, let me
that,
say,
what
Ali is my goat. I say
uh,
Lennox Lewis is the goat of that era. I say Holyfield, in my opinion, is top five. I ain't gonna say he the goat, but he
Top
yeah,
top
well,
five,
five, man. Get
and he
man.
listen,
deserves to
listen.
be
No,
Put the
Even
higher.
that's
I
drugs
incorrect.
actually
Yeah,
like
down.
that.
hold
Top
on.
five.
Man, you
Even that's
put the
incorrect.
drugs down.
Even that's incorrect. Even that's incorrect.
Put the
Muhammad Ali
food
was three
down,
time
as a
lineal.
matter of fact.
Muhammad Ali
Hold
was
on,
three time
man.
lineal. Three time
You
lineal.
built like an upside down pear talking about put the food down. You ain't
Muhammad
missed a meal
Ali,
either, my brother. You
You
ain't
built
missed a
like
Was
a
meal.
three time lineal.
circle.
Muhammad
Oh,
Ali was three
Hold
times
on, hold
lineal.
on, hold on. Let me get my brother in the building, man. Straight and I gotta give him the respect, man. Straight out of the UK, man. I gotta get my brother in the building. Cash, you in the
Conoman,
building?
Conoman, Conoman, Conoman,
Cash, you in the building?
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Conoman,
What's
Conoman,
going on?
Conoman,
What's going
Call him
on?
Ben.
Rats,
Call him
man.
Ben.
Conoman,
Man, y'all
Conoman.
out of order, man. Let the brother get his let him get his bars off, man. Let him get his
There's
bars
a
off.
upset, man. Cause Conor Ben, getting commercials out here, getting trailers and shit, man. Big star, big star. You know what I'm saying? Go big
Connor
cat coming
Ben
up.
getting knocked out
He about to
by
get
you,
put
man.
down for
No,
the
he ain't. No
keeps,
fucking not. No, he ain't. No, he
Butch.
ain't. Right side, y'all order, bro. Y'all
All right,
order.
all right,
Y'all
all right.
order. Y'all
Hold on,
order.
hold on. I want to go back to the conversation though, Cash. Cash, break it down as far as who you heard Troy, you heard his argument that Holyfield is the GOAT. According to him,
Of
Holyfield is
heavyweights, of
of
heavyweights,
heavyweight.
Incorrect.
That's
yes.
fine. That's
Incorrect.
fine. That's fine.
Incorrect.
Cash, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. Then we
Yeah.
Market. We got to get Market, and we got to get Ohio / Marcus in the building, man. We got to get everybody in, but
No
go ahead,
problem.
Cash.
No problem. Thank you, right side. I won't be long. Give me
Take
30
your
seconds.
time. Take your time.
Salute, Mr. Ohio Runs Boxing. You got Mark there. Salute, BVO. Troy. I respect your opinion, Troy, but you're incorrect. Sadly, you're incorrect. You have guys like Muhammad Ali that was three-time lineal heavyweight champion, three-time lineal, and I think he's the last gold medalist heavyweight that you had, gold medalist heavyweight, if I'm not mistaken. And then you got guys like Joe Lewis that held the heavyweight title for over 11 years. He held that title. He defended that belt more than 25
25
times.
times.
That's what I'm saying to
25.
you. Exactly. Then you got Mike Tyson, who's the youngest heavyweight champion or ever in the history of the sport. Then you got guys like Lennox Lewis that was undisputed before Holyfield was. So how in the world do you have Holyfield? You said he's the most
That's
accomplished. That's
incorrect.
incorrect. That's
Lennox Lewis
incorrect,
was
bro.
That's
not
incorrect.
undisputed before
Hold on, hold
Holyfield.
on, hold on.
Was
Hold
it? Yeah,
on.
I'm talking about heavyweight. I'm talking about heavyweight, sir. Heavyweight, sir.
Yeah, I am
Yeah,
talking
he
about
was not.
heavyweights. That's
No, no, no.
100%
I'm talking
correct.
about in the era. I'm talking about in this era. I'm talking about in this not this era, but the era before
Holyfield
this
was
one.
undisputed, and then Lewis was undisputed.
Holyfield was
So
undisputed in
you're incorrect.
1992. Lennox Lewis
No,
was
Yeah.
undisputed in, I believe, 1998 or 2000.
I'm talking about he was the last. He was the last undisputed
No,
heavyweight.
I lie. It was 1990.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it was 2000 because he got
No.
robbed in 1999. Like that was a
Yeah,
big thing.
that's
They
why.
Well,
had
well,
That's
well, well. Let me do this real quick. Let me do
hold on
this
one
real
second,
quick.
one second. That's what I was talking about. I'm talking about in the 2000s, not the 90s is nothing. I'm talking about in the 2000s. That was Lennox Lewis's era, not Holyfield's. That's a fact.
I mean,
That doesn't. I
that
mean,
no, that's not
it's
really. I don't think that maps on the reality
undisputed is
because
undisputed, brother. That
yeah,
No, undisputed is not
undisputed.
Lennox
undisputed.
Lewis only
Undisputed is
Yes,
not
it
fought.
undisputed.
is.
No,
But
that's
let
not.
me,
When did
say
Lennox
this real
Lewis
quick.
fight
Let me say this
Klitschko?
real quick, y'all.
That's the reason why there's a 4 belt era.
Oh, hold on. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this. Make sure you guys tune in next week for the Dub and BVO show. Best show on the market. We got people talking about Evander Holyfield as the GOAT. We got people from the UK.
Oh,
We got people making sugarcane juice. Man, we doing it big over here, man.
Racist.
And the 2025, man. So make sure you
Yeah.
keep your eyes up on the Sports Talk Network. What you got for us, Dub, before we get out of here, man?
Hey, sugarcane juice is crazy work, man. Real quick,
no,
that's
it's not,
crazy work.
son. You ever had sugar cane juice?
No, I
Or
haven't.
you
I
never
haven't
ate a
had it.
sugar cane?
No, no. It's not. It's not about the sugar cane juice. It's that he's saying we got people making it on the show, which I don't believe
Oh,
any of that is true. That's what I'm saying is crazy work.
I'm
That's what
pretty
I'm
sure you
saying.
could grow it over here, Dub. I'm pretty sure you
That
could grow
He's a
man,
grow
you
racist.
actual
missing
sugar
the
cane over
whole.
here.
You out of order.
Man, that's what Troy do, man. He an old man. Shout out to the old man, Grandpa Troy,
What are
man.
you talking? I mean, hold up. I don't give a damn about that because the Lord has blessed me with a long life. Doesn't mean I'm old. It just means I'm blessed. But, what are you talking about, that Dub?
Hey, you
No,
You're
can't be sensitive
old.
on this panel. If you sensitive, don't come on the panel. We don't do that over. We don't get the you all upset stuff. We don't do that here, man. If you can't take a joke, don't come on the panel. But
Go
I'll
ahead,
say
Dub.
this, man. The cool thing about all this is, guess what, man? There's another win for Sports Talk Network. We having fun. We doing stuff y'all ain't never seen, man. And whoever would have thought who's gonna be here next week? Next week we're gonna have a guest, man, and it's gonna surprise you who we gonna have, man. So keep your eyes open. Give us our final words. We got here, Duck.
You got RuPaul coming, right? RuPaul.
now we have
Hey,
the RuPaul of boxing. The RuPaul of boxing
hey,
is here. So
hey! I
hey,
heard your
shout out to
boys in
Sombrero, man. Shout out to
Columbus was sweet,
Sombrero,
man. That's
man. My
crazy.
brother Sombrero.
I heard y'all
Shout out
was
to my
sweet in
brother
Columbus.
Sombrero.
And shout out to Dub, the White Howard's best friend, man. So shout
Oh, here we go.
Whoa.
Shout out to
Whoa,
my
if
nigga.
I
whoa,
ever if
whoa,
I ever see
whoa.
my man Dwight with the 2-string twist, Dub did him. So just I want y'all to know.
Amazing. That's incredible work, bro. That's incredible work right there.
Doug,
Hey,
you
I'm gonna
just
say
gonna
this.
take
I will
that?
say this, man, about the GOAT conversation. Uh, everybody entitled to their own opinion. I think during the era that we have been watching, we could talk about those fighters. It's kind of hard to sit there and talk about fighters that I didn't watch and say they wasn't the GOAT. I know Muhammad Ali is definitely mentioned up there, but it's so
I
to
got
me
at
it's
least
just
on it, man.
to me
Man,
it's
hold
I
on. You out of
disrespect.
now you out of order, BVO. Let the man finish.
But to me it's disrespectful when you
on
got
that note,
guys.
got it, man. Shout
Uh,
out to Alicia Bond and the We
Man,
out of here, y'all.
your mic is out of order, man.
but to me, it's disrespectful when you got guys like even when the Jordan and LeBron debate, you got guys that didn't even watch Jordan in this new era where they say he's not the gold and but they go off is highlights and statistics, and I'm like, could you listen to somebody who only seen your highlights and reading statistics tell you if you're good or you're the goat or not? I just don't think so, and I'm like it's just kind of crazy to have those type of conversations. You talk about your era and the fighters of that in this generation that you see. I think you can rate them, but overall, yeah, it's a great discussion. But I got nothing but love and respect for Muhammad Ali. That wasn't in that era with Muhammad Ali. So I'm in the Floyd Mayweather era. And then when you talked about the heavyweights, it's like, yeah, Lennox Lewis at that time, and we talking about heavyweights in the era I was coming up, Lennox Lewis was that guy, bro. So uh we have to look at that from divisions, but as a whole, I think we talking about Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? So, but it's a great discussion. I mean, throwing Holyfield in the mix, it's a big ranch, but it's great to have a conversation, man. So that's what boxing talk is all about, man. Just throwing those things out there.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad. Real quick, I want to go back and I want to get y'all opinion on the fight this weekend. Both of the fights, and I want to come to Ohio Runs Boxing first. Ohio. I want to go to the Raymond Ford versus Matisse fight.
Yeah.
It seemed like, and I'm just gonna be honest. I think that brother from your neck of the neighborhood,
Yeah.
or your neck of the woods, um, it seemed like the man didn't come to fight. It seemed like he
No.
came in there just to put his high guard up and talk shit and take punches. That's what it
Yeah.
looked like. That's what it looked like. And I haven't seen it. I done heard stories about it. I haven't seen it. I seen Montana Love in the corner. I did see Montana Love in the corner,
Mm-hmm.
but um, I've heard the story that Montana Love said you got to go in that motherfucking windmill. It,
Yeah.
what was your thoughts on that fight with Raymond Ford and Matisse? And how did you like? Did you see it playing out the way that it did? Of course, the
Yeah.
judges scored it 100-90.
No.
Every judge, but go ahead.
Yeah, I actually did. I actually seen that. I was telling. I got a lot of people that was calling me. I actually put. I lost some money on it because I definitely wanted to put money on it for Thomas because he has that bad habit of fighting his way back. He's always down on the cards, but he comes back and and get these knockouts out of nowhere. And I don't know if a lot of y'all have followed his career, but that's just what it's been. If it's either controversy or he's not letting his hands go, and he finds a way the last round or two and he gets knockouts, and it's so crazy. So I wasn't surprised to see that he was down, but I knew eventually that would pay dividends to him, where he couldn't come back. Your power. He relies on his power too much. And one thing that you probably didn't see, he doesn't slip. He doesn't slip shots.
The
He just
man,
goes.
he pulled back straight. He pulled straight back every time. Straight
Yeah.
back,
He
straight back,
doesn't.
and,
He doesn't
and
counter or anything. Nah, he doesn't do that, man. He stays in the high guard, and that's a habit. Some of the guys from Cleveland, Beaver need to speak on that. I mean, I don't know what it is with these guys and out of Cleveland with these high guards. They just stand there. Terrell Grouchet do the same thing. Terrell, Willie Nelson, they got a bad habit of that. They gotta change that formula, man.
hold on? What's your thoughts on? Excuse me, I don't hit that motherfucker too hard. What's your thought? What's your thoughts specifically being from Ohio
Mhm.
on Montana Love being in the corner and Montana Love telling them, man, you gonna have to windmill out this motherfucker.
Dang, that's crazy. I thought Push was there. I didn't see the whole fight because I was at an
Okay.
event myself in Toledo. So I seen glimpses on somebody's cell phone. I seen the fight, but I knew it was going the way that I thought it was. So I actually got video of me breaking down, video audio of me talking about this to somebody and talking about the bad habits. But Montana being in this corner, I actually like the unity of them together, but him just saying windmill and shit. I gotta go back and watch that whole thing, bro. That's crazy, but uh,
That's
that's
crazy work.
crazy. I
That's
didn't hear
crazy
it.
work.
That's
Uh,
crazy, but
right side of Ohio runs boxing. Ohio runs boxing.
it was good.
I got a question for you. I got a question for right side as well. Also,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back to that Raymond Ford and Matisse fight in a second. I wanted to ask you about Charles Conwell. Obviously, you know that he's got a fight coming up in it. You understand what I'm saying to you? He's going up against Garcia Perez.
Yeah.
Uh, no, not a really credible guy, but the guy's tough. You know what I'm saying? The guy's a power puncher. tough Mexican, power puncher coming to fight. You understand? You understand what I'm saying to you? So after he gets allegedly after he gets rid of him, Charles Conwell, he should beat him. They're looking at Fundora and him in the summer. What do you have to say about that?
I don't know if they're looking at him in Fandora. He might, because Golden Boy. This is his last fight with Golden Boy. A lot of people don't know that. I didn't like the signing because they wasn't gonna push Charles like they believe in him. Look at all his fights with Golden Boy, and you tell me what fight elevated his career. Nothing.
None. The
Nothing,
Nathaniel
man.
Gallimore, the Gallimore fight didn't. The Abreu fight didn't. The Rubio fight didn't.
Nothing. So we know how good he is, but he's not getting the opponents to make us to elevate his career. It's almost similar to Demetrius Andretti, where Demetrius was fighting these guys, but yet his career wasn't going anywhere because he's just beating guys we really don't know of, and it's just staying busy fights, but he's not going anywhere. Jamal did the same thing too. Jamal Charlo took a lot of fights with guys, some guys we knew, but he didn't take the fights where it was going to elevate his career, and you have to be able to do that. So if he gets Fandora, it's because he's a free agent, and Al and them then took him, or from what I'm hearing, because I talked to him, they talking about Turkish is investing in it. It's going to deal with him after Golden Boy. So
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Eddie, if he comes over to Eddie Hearn and that can promote him, push him properly like he needs to be, because that guy's got terrifying talent. That guy's power puncher, power in both hands, athletically gifted. You know what I'm saying to you? He's got a very decent, solid IQ. He moves very like a silent assassin. He needs to be promoted properly. Him
he
and
has to
Virgil,
be
great fight.
he has to be signed with a company that's going to be able to get him a world title shot, because if he's a free agent, most of those guys is going to try to maneuver around him because they feel like he's a threat where he can take the title. You know what I mean? So he has to get with somebody that believes in him and will give him a shot, because he's coming out of the 2016 Olympic class with Clarissa Shields, Shakur Stevenson, Michaela Meyer. I mean, all those people, even Antonio, Gary Russell Jr., all of them won world titles, and Charles is still there, haven't got his opportunity yet. So he's definitely hungry, motivated. He has to watch a lot of his former teammates become world champions, and he's just being avoided, and it's kind of unfortunate. I hate that. Albert Bell going through the same similar thing where he has to move up to 135. So the politics is really, I hate the politics in boxing. We really don't push the best fighters. We really don't give the best fighters opportunities. We just don't.
Unfortunately. And you were just speaking of Albert Bell. I would have loved to see Albert Bell against Raymond Ford. I would have preferred that matchup.
Raymond Ford ducked that fight and took Thomas Matias. So they
Wait a minute. Raymond, hold on. You said Raymond Ford ducked? He ducked Albert Bell?
Correct.
Absolutely. Eddie Hearn sent Albert Bell. I actually talked to Albert on the phone because that's what I do. I don't go by just looking at the media. I actually call these guys and talk to them and get to the sources. And I said, Albert, is this all for real? And he said, yeah, but Raymond Ford, he told me, this is what Albert said. He said, but go look at what Raymond Ford is saying. He said, the offer is real. He said, we'll take it. But go look what Raymond Ford said on his Instagram and his Twitter. So I go look, and Raymond Ford saying, yeah, I heard, we ain't heard nothing about no offer. And I said, huh? How you not hear about the offer, but yet there are storylines saying that they sent an offer, and then you got Eddie confirming that he sent the offer, but yet y'all ain't heard nothing. And this is what Albert said. He said that is a sign that they're not going to fight me. They're not taking that fight, and they didn't. They didn't. They took Thomas Matias, who's with the same company with with Albert Bell, with Plus Management. That's Vic Green. He's out of Toledo. So Thomas Matias and Albert Bell's with the same management company. What a coincidence that you don't fight Albert, but you take Thomas Matias, who's in the same stable. So
I just gotta say this, and I understand what you're saying, Teach. I understand what you're saying, but Albert Bell, me personally, I know this for a fact. I don't follow Albert Bell for a while.
Mhm.
The man can fight. That man can fight, and so I think he been the one that's been ducked. Niggas don't want to fight Albert Bell.
Oh
They,
no,
they,
it's been a lot. It's been proven. I even said this. I've been telling people. I've always been on the. I say this all the time. There's good business ducks, and then you have disgraceful ducks. You know, you got some, but you ducking is ducking. But there are good business ducks. I felt like sometimes Albert Bell was being ducked. Yes, Shakur is evident. Shakur did duck him, but it was a business duck, high risk, low reward. Jay Prince said no. We do not want to fight this guy. He's a threat, but what does he bring to the table? I understood that, and I get it. But eventually we need somebody. Jamel Herring, Navarrete, they all ducked him, and Brad Goodman, who's the matchmaker for Top Rank, said this on Top Boxing Voice, the Boxing Voice with Ness. So I actually used that video and put it on my page and shared it, and it went viral too. A lot of people seen that. But Brad Goodman is the matchmaker, so when he said that, he also tried to clear it up too, because he said, "Hey, that we had champions that ducked Albert Bell," but he also said, hey, "But it's not wrong. That it's a good duck." Blah blah blah. And I understood it, but I'm not going to sit there and say, "Oh, they ducked because they scared." Albert was in a position at that time where he's a high risk, low reward. But the WBO dropped the ball by dropping him because they should have had him being mandatory to fight him so he can get an opportunity. Instead, they took him completely off the rankings, like the man don't even exist. So now he's on the WBA, and he's moving up there. So he fought for a little small interim WBA this Saturday. So he's going to be in 135. Eventually, he should be getting a shot at the WBA sometime down the road. So I hate that, but yeah, that's evident. If y'all want me to send videos of Brad Goodman talking about that, it is. But you do got good business ducks, but you do got guys who should have took the risk, and WBO should have mandated him to fight for a vacant title because he was number one. Him and Charles Conwell was number one at the same time, and all of a sudden they just disappear, and none of them got losses on their damn record. But they're no rare on the mandatory list no more. It's crazy.
Yeah, Conwell is part of the new Black Murderers Row, man. They
Mm.
didn't let that brother get no shine.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
But I think what they're gonna do, I'm gonna say
You're a
this.
tad bit out of order with that one, BVO.
No. I think people. This is. I said this today. This is crazy that he actually said that. I actually think, and y'all just mark my words. I actually think they're going to hold out Charles. He's not going to get a world title shot. They're going to get it to Virgil. They're gonna move Virgil, but they're gonna have Boots move up to 154. Everybody think that Virgil is gonna fight Boots. Nope. They're gonna have Boots prepared to fight Charles Conwell, Murderous Row. Those two guys are gonna go first. They're gonna take one of these guys out. We gotta get one of these guys out. And it's gonna be
Oh, I
Charles and
don't
Boots.
know about that. I don't know about that,
Hold on.
man.
Let me tell hold on. Let me tell you
Go
this.
ahead. Go
Hold
ahead.
on, let me say this though. Charles Boots already sent an offer to Charles when he was trying
For
to go to
what?
154. Hold on. Boots already sent an offer to Charles when he was about to go to 154. Do you remember that? That was the first fight he wanted at 154.
I have heard that. I have heard that.
And then Charles said the money wasn't good enough, and I still didn't like the fight because there wasn't no belt. I thought Charles was trying to go after a belt. Like fighting Boots is cool, but he's moving up. Let him get stable at 154 or one fight, and then it'll be cool because then it'll be look like, well, damn, Charles is the stronger guy, and he just beat Boots. A lot of people will try to discredit that, but again, I think that's still a good fight. But that's what I think is going to set up. They're going to eventually have Boots. Mark my words. It's probably going to be Boots and Charles because Charles is still up there. He's winning fights, but they only can maneuver around him so much. He's
But
still there.
he ain't fought nobody.
No, but here's my thing.
Thank you.
He was he was the number one mandatory for the WBC. And then Earl Spence jumped him. Then Earl didn't fight. He was on a long layoff. Then Sebastian jumped him. Then Sebastian, he got knocked out, and he still got a world title fight because he with PBC. So Berlicek got it too. Berlicek jumped him. So all these guys,
Xander Zayev just jumped him.
yeah, yep. But all
I
these
say that
guys that are
respectfully.
signed to big
I
promotional
say that respectfully.
companies, they was able to jump him because he didn't have the backing. And then when he got with Golden Boy, they was just keeping him busy because sometimes, and I told people this, sometimes they sign you to keep away from their prize. If Virgil is at 154, Charles is breathing down our neck. We signing, we just gonna keep him busy. The same thing Eddie Hearn did with Luis Ortiz. He signed him when he was a mandatory to fight AJ. Did we see that fight? Did we see Luis Ortiz fight AJ?
No, we never seen it.
Absolutely not.
But hold on. I gotta say this. And
Mhm.
and only reason I gotta do it this way because I know my brother BVO. He might shut the show down in a heartbeat on us. I don't know. Shout out to my brother BVO. Much love to BVO. I call him Sombrero, respectfully. I say that respectfully. Sombrero, keep us going for a few minutes, my brother. Look, Charles Conway right now, and I'm looking at the rankings, right? At 54, Sebastian Fundora is the WBO champion. I didn't even know this. I didn't even know this had happened. But Sebastian Fundora is the WBA champion. Terrence Crawford is is the interim champion.
Mhm.
Okay. Charles Conwell is number 2. Xander Zayas is number 1. Bakram Murtazaliev. Y'all know I got a slow tongue. Charles Conwell is number 14 in that situation. Sebastian Fundora in the WBC. Virgil Ortiz in the WBC. That's the fight I want to tell y'all. That's the fight that I want to see. I want to see Sebastian Fundora versus Virgil Ortiz. I would love that fight. Me personally. This is just me. In that situation, Charles Conwell, number 5. Bud, we know Bud. I don't. Bud say he's gonna come back down to 54. I think Canelo is the cash out fight. I don't think Bud coming back down. Tellez, shout out to Tellez. I think he's a good fighter. He's the interim champion, and yep, Conwell is not in the rankings. How is Conwell gonna get a fight with? It doesn't make sense to me. With a boots in is moving up to 54. How is he getting that fight?
Well, I'll say this, man. We got to stop with the labeling of these youngsters now. These young fighters in this era. The whole Four Kings thing. Ain't no Four Kings. Uh, we talk about Boots and the other cat being, the new. What did the brother say? Murderers Row. Nah, that don't fit either. Because nobody. It just doesn't fit because those cats were actually banned by the mob. They just wouldn't. They just
Oh
wouldn't take
boy.
dives or wouldn't do anything, and they were the top fighters of their day. These cats, man, these cats are. They look good, but who have they fought and who have they beat?
Nobody. They may look good, but and that's why I was asking my brother Ohio, Charles Conwell. I ain't got no beef with Charles. Hey, and I want to see the brother do well. Um,
When it comes to mandatories, you got to think about it. When it comes to mandatories, uh, when it's black versus black mandatories, we fight each other. I said this before. When it's Sean Porter Crawford fight, Lubin versus Jamel fight, Canelo versus Charlo politics, right? Loma versus Devin politics, right? So they going to, there was even this something that was out when they was talking about Top Rank had something going on where you can't black fighters, we're not fighting black fighters. They do maneuver around certain black fighters and have them having to fight each other because they can't fight certain other guys. That does happen. So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to you talking about Boots. Boots has been in situations where he couldn't get fights. Like we kind of stopped acting like he wasn't in a situation like that. He had to, and sometimes he had to get the IBF by getting it handed to him. He didn't fight to get it. Devin did the
So
same. Devin
so
went through the same thing. He didn't get a moment where he won the world title here and the new. The boy got an email to him.
but and I'm glad you said that. I gotta say this. Ohio, man. We gotta have we need to do a show. And shout out to BVO, man. I know he from y'all from the same place. I'm from Georgia. Here,
Huh?
we need to do a show where it's us three. I need to question both of y'all brothers on some of these Cleveland narrative that I think y'all push. I think y'all have, and when I say pushing, I know y'all know boxing. I'm not saying that,
I don't know
but
what narrative.
I do think you gonna ride with and you should because I'm gonna ride with my side, so I ain't got no problem with it. But would you be willing to do a show with just me, you, BVO? I'm gonna have y'all on the back foot. Y'all can't ask me no questions. I'm gonna ask y'all questions about Ohio. Are
No,
you
no,
willing
that's
to?
man, that's fine. No, no, no. I definitely I'm more unbiased than people think, man. I call if I see certain things from my neck of the woods or fighters, I call them out, bro. I don't, and it's how you do it. So it's like my thing is I've never come off rudely, but if it's something like I don't sit there and just be blind by emotion and I'm a hardcore. I see how Bud fans is. I see how Earl fans is, Pacquiao fans is, and I say to myself, I don't never want to
You
be
want to
like
be
that.
like that? I don't want to be
Never.
that biased. I don't
They
want to be
get
that
so
biased.
delusional. I mean, you listen to Bud fans now. That boy gonna move up, and he's stopping Canelo, and without no tune-up, it's just that's just what's gonna happen. And I think you discrediting the guy by just making it think it's gonna be that easy. I think
Man,
you're
listen.
discrediting Crawford by thinking it's gonna be that damn easy. But
Listen,
that's just my
Bud
opinion.
has the opportunity. Man, I'm all right. All right, I don't want to go too deep into this
Yeah.
conversation because this is going to be another 45-minute conversation
Right.
when we
Right.
start it.
But
But
mhm.
I want to pass it around real quick to all the brothers. Ohio, hold up for a second.
Yeah. 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 I'm good.
I got you. I want to go to my brother Troy. I want to get my brother Cass in the building. We're getting ready to shut the show down. Troy, go ahead, man. Give me your last statements tonight, and then we're gonna move forward.
Well, I
Respect,
can say
and I say
this.
that, and I gotta tell you, you out of order with the whole and
Holyfield. Yeah.
yeah, you lucky
No,
I
I'm
ain't
not.
got my you lucky
Yeah,
I ain't
you
No,
got
I'm
the
not.
drop.
yeah,
You
yeah,
lucky I
yeah,
ain't
you are
got the
Troy.
No,
drop.
I'm not.
Yeah, older Troy. Yeah, older.
No.
Hold
Yeah.
on. You out of order with the Holyfield being the goat shit. The man wasn't
Of
the goat.
heavyweights. Actually, keep leaving that out.
Okay, of
Heavyweights.
heavyweights, he wasn't the goat of
Yeah.
heavyweights. He wasn't.
Okay. Well, that's your opinion.
This man got
Just like I
beat.
have my
Never mind. Never
opinion.
mind. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not getting into it.
Keep
Go
talking
ahead.
about who. Okay.
Give me your last statements, my brother.
Let me say
Nope.
this.
My
Let me
apologies.
say this then, right? When it comes to heavyweights, I really have it ranked like this: Lewis, Holyfield, and then Ali.
Hold on.
Those,
You
those
just
to
said that.
me,
Hold on. You just said
I know
Holyfield is
that.
the goat,
I
but you
know what
put
I
Lewis
said.
over him.
I know what I said. I know what I said. I said to me, just like I was telling you with Holyfield, that still holds to be true. But it's Lewis, Holyfield, and then Ali. But when
How
you,
can Lewis
So
be
go.
over Holyfield, but
Mhm.
Holyfield be the goat?
Yes,
I
make it make
said
sense,
it,
Troy.
listen to what I said when I got on. When you talk about ghosts of boxing, how come we never mention Holyfield? Lewis gets mentioned, Ali gets mentioned. So you got to listen to what people say before you say that they this, that, and the third. Holyfield's never mentioned when that conversation
So
comes up,
Holyfield
and,
isn't. There can only be
and to
one
me
goat.
that's not right. And
There
to
can
me
only be
that's not
one
right.
goat.
Troy,
That's the
Troy,
same thing,
is Lennox
right?
Lewis more? Is Lennox Lewis a better heavyweight than Holyfield?
No,
All right, Troy, give me your
but let
last
me
words,
finish.
brother.
I didn't even finish my
No,
point.
no,
Yeah,
let him
see,
finish. Let him finish. We're gonna let him
right.
finish. Go ahead. My apologies.
Right. Yeah, because I asked two. It was a two-parted question. I asked about Holyfield and why he's not mentioned. I asked about Bill Russell and why he's not mentioned. And these are real questions for me because to me it doesn't make any sense that these two men are never mentioned when you talk about goats in their field, right? Bill Russell again. No one's done what he's done. Holyfield. No one's done what he's done. Joe Lewis. No one's ever going to do what he's done. No one's going to hold the belt for 11 years and defend it 25 times. At least not in my lifetime. I'm going to see that happen. Right? So you just got to you got to be fair when people ask questions and not telling them that they fools and they old and this, that, and the third about having their own opinion. That's why I said that about me not being old. I just have my own opinion and I like interesting conversations. That's all it is. But go ahead.
No, we getting ready to shut it down. My brother Cass, man. Shout out to the UK. The
Yeah,
man be
yeah.
out of order, but he definitely in order tonight. I ain't gonna lie to you. He all the way in order tonight. Cat, respond to whatever you want to and give me your final statements, my brother.
Yes, thank you, Dub, man. You get me. Salute to you and you get me your beautiful platform. Once per usual. Everyone, and yeah, man, Troy. Everyone's got their own opinions, like you said. Opinions are like a-holes. Everyone's got one. And I never called you old or nothing like that, though. So I don't know if you was exuding that message to me, but yeah, man. I respect what you're saying as always. I respect what everybody says here as always. You know what I'm saying to you. This is why we love boxing, and boxing is how it is because it's so passionate. We're very in tune with our our opinions. But neither there or here. I respect the heavyweight division. I respect the heavyweight division. I just want some more you Americans, the big ass Americans, to get in there so you can have more of a say about the heavyweight division. And Lennox Lewis is the better, and he is the more accomplished than Holyfield. And they've been in the ring together already, and we saw what happened in that fight. But back to normal procedures and back to normal procedures. Thank you, right side man, for having me on here. Salute. Ohio runs the boxing, Troy, you know what I'm saying to you. And when Shelton does come back up here, Shelton's owed me $100 for more than 3 years now, and he hasn't
Huh?
decided to pay. Yeah, he's owed me
Oh,
$100 for
oh, oh, what are you? Hold on, for what fight? What fight?
Michaela Mayer and Michaela Mayer and Baumgardner. He had Michaela Mayer, I had Baumgardner. He still hasn't paid me my $100.
Oh
Oh, don't
man,
tell me that.
you picked against an Ohioan. Oh yeah, pay up, man.
Hey, Uncle Shelton. I'm just gonna let you know. Every time I see you, Cash saying that you owe him $100 off of that
And
fight.
he's gonna tell you right side. He's gonna tell you, Cass, I've tried it. I've tried. I told you to do. No. I went through Smoke. I called Smoke to try and get the money from him. I called Y Billy to try and get the money from him. I called whoever else. This man has been avoiding me, or I don't know why he doesn't want to pay me. I have no idea what I did to Mr. Shelton, but yeah, man, he owes me $100, and I put it in the chat all the time, man. And every single time I come in, look, don't you realize he disappears?
I got it. Hey, look, I got somebody owing me some money, so I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you, right side, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. You get me. I enjoy your channel, man. You need to, what I'm saying to you, you can have you can be a big pawn, a big piece in this chessboard of boxing YouTube right here. You know what I'm saying, fam? So be more. I know you're always kind of active, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, man, keep doing as much shows as possible, man. You know what I'm saying, fam? Obviously, the time that you do it, it's a bit early over here, but you know me, man. I don't mind being in the trenches with a nigga like right side. You know what I'm saying, fam? So keep doing your shit, right side, man. Please.
hey, man, you already know what it is, man. You already know. Hey, like you said, we done been in the trenches together, but previous to this, so you already know what it is,
Yeah,
Cass. You
yeah.
already
I'm
know
happy
what
you
it
got your
is.
channel, man. I'm happy right side you got your channel now. You know what I'm saying? You down pat. You stay consistent with your shit, man. And you do different stuff as well. You talk about politics, not just boxing. You talk about life and stuff like this. So that's good, man. I appreciate that. Right side, blood.
Hey, man, you already know what it is, Cass. Man, I appreciate you, my brother. And we're gonna get some straightening around here. I got questions now. I got questions, but hey, man, keep doing your thing, and man, you know you're always welcome over here, my brother. You already know what it is.
Thank you, my Georgian brother, my southern Georgian brother. You know, Ohio, Mister Ohio, man. Yeah, Toledo, Huntington Center, Toledo, Huntington. Albert Bell, you know what I'm saying? O'Shea Jones, you know what I'm saying? Robert Easter, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jared Addison, yeah.
My brother Pay is here. Shout out to my brother Pay.
Bro,
Pay, what's going on, family?
good. How everybody feeling tonight?
And we all good, man. I already know what you're coming to say. All right, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. But we hold on real quick. Technically we are really getting ready to shut the show down because I got to get into my conspiracy show tonight.
Okay.
I got that show, but I got to see how it work out because I might do another conspiracy show tomorrow, and then boxing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Fridays as well. I don't know, man. I don't know what my schedule gonna be. I'm just trying to be live, talking real shit, man. You already know what it is.
Trying to be live.
But now, go ahead, Pay. What you was gonna say? Go ahead.
No, I was just I pulled up late, bro. I apologize, but you said you got your conspiracy show tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to get into.
Okay, should I just pull up on that then? But no, I was gonna tell you I hope B Norman signed that damn contract, bro. Cause all that talking and shit, hey, I'm done with all that. I feel like Boost made a motherfucking statement last night for everybody that was sleeping on him, but hopefully them boys can make something happen, man.
Negro.
It's not me, Pay. I don't have. It's BBO, man. You know, he ain't got that drop. So.
Yeah, I'm just no. I know BBO can get that message to him though for sure. Cause yeah, all that talking and shit, all right, you gotta have to put up now. Cause like I said, I just feel like I don't know, bro. It's just something about me. Just feel like he really don't want to fight Norman. I mean, he don't want to fight Boost, bro. Like I'm hearing him talking on Mill City today or whatever. Now he talking about he asking for 3 million and all this.
You out of order.
Come on, bro. I don't want to tell no man what they hear, but bro, they can only go off of what you been getting paid, my G. So I don't know,
Okay,
man.
sir. Excuse me, Mr. Paid in Full. I just wanted to say something to you quickly. You have a point there. Yes, you have a point. Yes, I agree with you. You have a point, but they also have a point being where now that they've defended that belt has some substance now, so they can ask for a certain amount. They can ask for a certain amount of money. He's got the bargaining chip, like with Crawford and Errol Spence, like with Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez. They've got the bargaining chip to make the shit move. Without that, there is no undisputed for Boots. Without that, there is no nothing. You understand what I'm saying to you? So they know this. They understand this. So they can ask for that type of money. Not to say that they deserve it or they're in contentions of receiving. I'm just saying that they do have a bargaining chip to say, all right then, you want this belt, or all right then, this fight is bigger than it once was. So yeah, we want that money that we're asking for. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Right, but at the same time though, bro, if you can't go to Top Rank and ask them for that same amount of money that you trying to make with Boost, then like we can't, because I'm pretty sure Top Rank can't even invest. He finna not finna get paid at his next fight.
Incorrect. Yeah, no, he's not. No, he's not.
So that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, what we doing? Y'all playing keep away, or like what are we doing? Because like the gap between Norman and Boots are gonna only get bigger because I mean he got two belts now, so it's like and then he got the lineal championship. So it's just like shit.
That's why the bargaining that belt is so more important now. That belt has gained more money now because he defended it against Cuevas, and now that Boots has two other belts, the Ring magazine, which actually is established now. It's not like how it was 2 years ago. It's actually established now. He's the
Right.
lineal champion, and he's got the other belt, the WBA belt. So the fight has gained more traction. The fight has gained more popularity. The fight has gained more money surrounding it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That's why they can ask for 3 million, 2.5 million. You get me? I'm with you though. I'm with you. They didn't go to top ranked because they know Bob Arum's not gonna. Like we said, at the end of when the dust clears and settles, we was meant to get Stan Stilian and Boots. It wasn't meant to be Brian Norman Jr. and
I agree.
Boots.
I agree with you.
So now that the dust has settled and cleared, and it's not Santillán, it's Brian Norman Jr. Top rank doesn't know what to do. Bob Arum doesn't know what to do because they never had
Yeah,
any.
I agree. I
They're
agree with you.
confused. They're confused. They want to keep that belt over their top rank because they know once that belt leaves the
Yeah,
stable, there's that welterweight division over there is dead. It's finished. So
I got you. I got you. Yeah, that do make sense, bro. That do make
I'm
sense.
I'm in agreement with you though. I'm in agreement. He should be
But
going to
my
top
thing
rank.
is this though, but this my only issue, bro. Cause like at what point is it like you pricing yourself out? Because at one if you only made like let's say like this just random. Say if he made 200,000 his last fight, but then you come to the negotiation table, you never been a headliner. I mean, you really only really like leverage you got is your belt. So if we offer you 1.5, then we come back to you with 1.7, it's like, bro, that's way higher than the money what you getting paid now. So it's like, do you leave that on the table or do you just be like, all right, fuck it, we just gonna keep going our way, and then your next fight, now you only making 500,000 your next fight.
But if there's a possibility paid in full, if there's a possibility though that they say to you, you can take this 1.7 now, but there's a or not even or you take this other possibility, you can not take the 1.7
Mm-hmm.
and then just take the 500,000, and then there's a possibility down the line that you can make 3 million upwards. Would you take that?
Got you. I get what you're saying. Got you.
Would you
I
take the
get what you saying.
500,000 now and possibly the 3 million down the road, or would you take the 1.7 and then call it quits?
Right, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that makes
What
sense.
would you do? What would you do?
And for me, shit, if I feel that, to be
Be honest
honest,
now.
bro, if I feel like I can beat that nigga, bro, I'm gonna take that 1.7. I got a chance to, because what if I take this 500 fucking mil? If I take this 500,000 and I lose, then I'm in a fucked up
Negro.
and I just got this check. You know what I'm saying? So I understand your logic as well. That's why I said I don't disagree with you. But at the same time, it's like, shit, if that 500,000 worth the reward, like, is it really worth it? Because if I lose, then I'm in a fucked up position. I'm way back. My stock done plummeted. Like, I'm way
Yeah.
back at the bottom.
Correct. And so my apologies, right side. Go ahead and pay them full. You was cooking.
No, I'm
You
good,
No,
bro.
no, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. We gotta shut this motherfucker down,
Yeah, go
man.
ahead, bro.
I'm
Go
trying
on,
to. I gotta get to the other side of life.
I'm gonna hop on there too. I'm gonna hop on there, Doug.
On behalf of BVO Boxing TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Raycon. Don't forget to grab your Raycon Everyday Earbuds, the perfect bass model for premium sound, with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They're ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit rayconglobal.com. That's rayconglobal.com and elevate your listening experience.